Aha, it loaded. Alright. So last time we saw this character, I had the Staff of Battle and I had Magic Dart. So yeah, we are in a pretty good spot with this character. Also, I found 7 rings, and all 7 of them have been relevant to this character in one way or another. Um, Funnily enough, I found the Staff of Battle just after I got my Haunting Sling to min delay. I guess in a situation where I don't have any mana, I can still switch to the Haunting Sling, but vast majority of the time I am probably better off with the Staff of Battle plus Magic Dart or something. Let's go back to the dungeon. Snork. Yeah, it's pretty crazy strong character. Mm, it's definitely gonna go to YouTube because of how crazy it was. Mm. We have found some incredibly relevant items for my character, including 2 potions of experience. This character found 2 potions of experience. I don't know where I got them from, but I got 2 potions of experience. Hold on, let's go to an explore. Ooh, Gauntlet. I should be able to kill the Minotaur. I really should be able to kill the Minotaur with this character. Oh, Skeletal Warrior Band. You still think I'm better walking around with resistances and 3 armor class instead of 5? The more the game progresses, the more that's gonna be the case. After Orc is probably gonna be the time to put on. No, probably at Orc it's gonna be the time to put the Hat of the Alchemist on. Okay, I have mana regen on, so like I'm pretty much never running out of mana. The Staff of Battle is so ridiculously strong for this character. It unfortunately doesn't seem to deal crazy high amounts of damage, so the Skeletal Warriors, since they have armor class, took me forever to beat them, but I was able to do so regardless. Alright, let's pick this up. Let's go here. Oh, let's pick that up as well, I guess. Ooh, let's pick that up. What is this? Are they luring me somewhere? Okay, fortunately it wasn't the case. Let me just do this, and let's go in and see what we got here. That's a high-level shapeshifter right there. If possible, I would like to not fight it. And fortunately, it seems that I'll be able to dodge it. I obviously want a random ring. It's gonna be my 8th ring found this run, or maybe 9th ring because of that one. Render longbow, but it would be foolish to trade the rendered ring for the rendered longbow. So yeah, I'm gonna get to pick up a Scroll of Fear and a Scroll of Ogu. Those are not my favorites, but they are pretty good regardless. And I'm gonna have to fight some Berserk Wolves for that. And some shadows that I'll be able to Mystic Blast. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds perfectly doable. Okay. Range extension with Behemoth kinda killed everything there. That went very well. Let's see what we got. Poison resistance. I shall put it on. And now I have 8 rings. But I'm pretty sure I'm about to find a ring that will be replacing something here. I don't know why. Probably the slaying, because since I found the Staff of Battle, like the Staff of Battle replaces my my willpower checks quite well, or like not my willpower, my slaying checks, I guess. That shapeshifter is too high level. Definitely makes me nervous. The fact that that guy is so high level. Of course, I won't be going in, but like just having a Quicksilver Dragon, Sphinx, Iron Troll, Shapeshifter in the screen period is scary at this point in the game. So I am gonna be fighting a Napocraft for Translucent Ivory Ring. I should be able to beat it. If I don't beat it, I would be quite sad because this character has everything. Yes, it very much has everything. Let me get rid of the Ring of Poison Resistance because that is provided by the Hand of the Alchemist. You know, just one pip of every resistance. There was a Hellion over there? That's so scary. I've gotten killed by Hellions in these vaults before. I feel like I got a very good bat that just gave me some pretty good stuff. Yeah, that's dude, look at my stats. Why do I have 41 intelligence? Why is this character so good? I feel like I can just run around with my current loadout in like statue form or something and just do whatever I want. I feel like more of a demigod than a demigod. Um, Hold on, let me open my window because this room is getting pretty hot and it is quite aggravating. Give me just a second. All right, we are ready to continue. Yeah, wow. 5 heads? Why do I have 41 intelligence? That is the craziest thing ever. Demigod stats but no armor. Yeah, but who needs armor? Like, I have Behemoth. This character is well on track to get some ridiculous high-level spell and just spam that. Like, the same thing that I did with the Deep Elf, actually. With the Deep Elf, I was casting Firestorm. This character can also do that pretty much. So, yeah, I am excited for that. I feel like that's pretty good thing to go for with this character. Hmm. Anyway, I guess it's time to fight the Minotaur. Worst case scenario, I will not hesitate to blink away from the Minotaur, um, because like this character deserves to win. It has everything that it needs to win. Everything. I have no need for anything else. Um, it's only a matter of actually piloting the character through the rest of the game. Have you tried any dodging? Not yet, but I will after I train evocations. I definitely will. Yeah. Even in the worst case scenario, I could still be like punching things. Um, Ideally, I would find a spell that I could use to carry myself through the rest of the game. Ideally, even if it doesn't happen, we would be okay. Uh, I don't have Invis. I could definitely use that. I have one haste. I have fridge. Yeah, I have fridge. I already memorized it, but I don't want to learn fridge, or I don't want to use fridge. Hmm. It has a staff of conjuration. I don't see the exit. Oh, there's the exit. Okay, so the Minotaur zombie is slower than I am. I'm just gonna go over here and shoot the Minotaur zombie with my Battle Sphere. We get a bit of experience from that, not bad at all. And that's the real one, and it is distracted. It's probably focused on the Battle Sphere. Okay, doesn't have anything. It has plate. Okay, it had a potion of invisibility. Okay, I might be able to blink here. Yeah, like if I blink, can I blink to this tile? I can. Okay, there's loot here. Pretty good globes. Pretty fantastic globes. On the right character, those globes could be better than the globes of war, than the gauntlets of war. I'm gonna be picking up the things that are relevant to my character. And now there's a couple of things that I can do. I can greed it out and try to open these to see what they have, or I can just get out. And I don't know what's the correct thing to do. Deuce. Okay, I think we're out. I think we're out. Yep. I did like an in between. Since I had full HP, I thought to myself that I was gonna be able to be okay even if I took a halberd or a javelin, sorry, to the face, I would still be okay. But yeah, like after the Minotaur opened the door, I didn't really feel like checking the last door. The loot that we got was not really. Well, the ring was nice. Like 4 intelligence, 6 dexterity is definitely relevant to my character. I have um, so many stat rings. I have 2 rings of dexterity, 2 rings of intelligence, and then this ring of intelligence and dexterity. Dude, this is crazy. I think this character will probably be increasing a lot of dexterity as well, so I can actually, dodge a lot. Oh, I got shafted 2 floors. Fortunately, that shouldn't be much of an issue for a character as powerful as this one. Hmm. Dude, look at how far they are pushed by Mystic Blast. They're pushed to like the edge of the screen. This feels pretty good. Mayfly Thors. Yeah. I cannot wait until tomorrow. I want to try those guys. Plus 10 crystal plates. The loadout that we have found in this particular seed is good enough to be like something that I would take to Dungeon Depths Pandemonium Sot. The Hat of the Alchemist is like really good because not having resistances going from D15 to Depths 1 is a huge deal for your Dungeon Depths Pandemonium Sot characters. But of course, having access to the Hat of the Alchemist fixes that issue in its entirety, while only decreasing your armor class a bit. But of course, then if you find plus 10 crystal plates, you shouldn't really have many issues surviving. Okay, I think the Boulder Beetle tried to hit me while rolling, and it just failed repeatedly to do so because I was pushing it away. We found another acquirement. It doesn't have spells that I'm too interested in. Maybe a Succubus Armor on Frozen Ramparts. I feel like this book would be a pretty fantastic book for a different character. Like on a different character, I would be very happy to have this. Just imagine Freezing Cloud, or Succubus Armor, Frozen Ramparts, Silence. You can definitely use that to kill many things. But I think this character will get the money, slightly. I don't think I'm gonna be going for Silence with this character. Okay. We are going to go do Orc now. Let's go do Orc. Nice spells. In that book, yeah, that book had some pretty nice spells indeed. Uru has a Demon Trident of Electrocution and is at the edge of line of sight. It's not very good. Not good at all. I think I am not gonna take it anymore. I'm just gonna be training dodging now. You hear a shout times 12. That is certainly encouraging. Huh. Large Rock hits you for 8 damage. 3 armor class at work right there. I think I'm gonna re-teleport because I think this situation could go very poorly very fast. And we teleport into a much more reasonable position until we hit. Oh, your surrounding seems slightly different. Was I here and I got teleported here? Interesting. I don't know what happened. But anyway, it seems that I'm gonna have to fight Jorgrun now. I have a file of floats, so Jorgrun is kinda toast. Alright. Okay. Of course, I'm looking forward to finding Ignite Poison because I already have Toxic Radiance and Poisonous Vapors. Okay, first and foremost, fire or floods Jorgrun, so I cannot get constricted or Iron Shot. Malicious Force, yeah, that's the message that you get now. Sourceless Malice or whatever it is. It's just an exploration-based trap. Alright, it seems that I was thrown into this arena to fight Jorgrun 1 versus 1. Pretty cool. Let's go down. That's looking like the orc ending with all the giants, the Etins and the trolls. And I think this ending even has some stone giants. See, the ones that are not dangerous to me are the ones that cannot hit me, or that can only hit me from afar. For those ones, I can kill them very easily. Mm. The ones that do have the ability to hit me from afar are a big issue. Also, I should try my best to not ever be within melee range of Cyclops. Okay, or a Netin. Being within melee range of a Netin would be a really bad thing. Ah, it's time to get up. Time to go upstairs. I've gotten this ending before, and it is pretty bad, but I think this character is powerful enough to be able to survive it, thanks to the power of Mystic Blast. Mm. I don't like the Cyclopes at the edge of the screen. Those ones are really bad because they do that. And now, if I go downstairs, I'm gonna be hit by all those guys that I failed to kill before. So that's definitely very inconvenient. I have 4 digging. I can dig to the other part of the level because I know what it is. It's over there. So if I dig in diagonal like twice, I should be able to get there. Okay. Fortunately, it only took me 1 charge of digging. Okay. Ugliest harpy I ever saw. Do you only have like an eye or something? Yeah, in a fight with a harpy. It's not very good. And she has mistaken you for one. That's very funny. We are going to shoot Kurare to slow Uruk. Probably something that I should have done before. Yuki Uruk. There we go. So yeah, are you guys excited for Mayfly Tours? I am excited for Mayfly Tours. Was not expecting them. Hold on, let me get the link for Dilly. Mayfly Tours. I guess I can paste it on the chat again, in case you don't know what Mayfly Tours are. Yep. They're gonna be in the game only for 1 day tomorrow, because April 1st. Mm. Uruk had a Demon Trident, but I don't think we care about that with this character. This character was using only the Hunting Sling. That's literally the only weapon that I have gotten with this character. The Hunting Sling. I could use a Demon Trident, but I don't know what I really want to do with this character. Considering the large amounts of dexterity that I have, I think using a sword is probably the way to go. I don't know how unarmed combat scales with dexterity. I think it scales in the same way as it does with strength. So we could go dexterity unarmed combat, but I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the case. Don't summon a 650. I have the resistance, but still, do not summon a 650 because I only have 3 armor class. I think this character is looking forward to getting statue form. Statue form and just punching, or statue form and using a sword. Short swords of speed and long swords. I don't think searching for sword gives you all the swords that have actually generated, so there's that. I want to buy this and this, and that's it. I don't want to buy anything else. And yeah, I'm not going to go for the Demon Trident. For a different character that would be very good, but not for this one. This one really wants some you know, dexterity scaling weapon. Hmm. You search for long. Yeah, if you search for long, gives you long blades. And I have falchions and longswords. So yeah, pretty much the same thing. All right. I am going to go do Orc 2 now. hmm We already did a portion of it, and yeah, I was slightly nervous over all these cyclopes and trolls and things throwing rocks. Specifically the orcs, because the orcs definitely like to camp the stairs. When you go upstairs and then you go downstairs, the orcs really love to do that, and that can be extremely damaging. You want to play this hybrid, just going in spell school? Yeah, that's one way to go with this character. Since I have 41 intelligence, and I could just replace my rings of dexterity with rings of strength, or with rings of intelligence, sorry, and have like 70 intelligence or something absolutely ridiculous like that. Um, and yeah, like train ice magic, probably. That could also be a thing that can be done with this character. I think I might want to do that. So refrigeration carries me through through a lure branch. Since I have one peep of every resistance, theoretically I could do elf. Um, the more I think about it, the more I think it might be an excellent idea to just do that. Hmm. Stormbow, jeez. Am I a Stormbow character now? Oh man, am I a Storm? I think I might be a Stormbow character now. I might be a Stormbow character, but I'm not sure yet. It's very likely that I'll be a Stormbow character, much to my dismay, but um, we can still hope that I don't get to be a Stormbow character. Mm. And don't misunderstand me, Stormbow is a win condition. It's just such a dull win condition for what would otherwise be a crazy character. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Donimo. With 41 intelligence, you want to play bows? That's right. It feels sinful. It feels blasphemous to even consider using a bow with 41 intelligence. I know that I shouldn't, but it's a stormbow. I don't think I've ever had a stormbow run too. Mm. I'm gonna buy the ignite poison. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Volume 2 is the one that's pretty good with Noxious Bog and Zombie Hands. Um, Not gonna buy that. Not gonna buy that. Orb of Destruction is certainly appealing, but I'm not sure. Haunt is also certainly appealing, but I'm not gonna do that. I need a character that gets Haunt on like D3, and I'm like, oh, I should go Haunt. Um, and then just goes Haunt and actually wins the game. Because I feel like I have done that for other extremely powerful spells, but I just never get Haunt. You logged in, I'm very confused. How am I clearing Orc 2 with Magic Dart? I have Battle Sphere from the Staff of Battle. The Staff of Battle is an on-run dart that gives me pretty much a permanent Battle Sphere that proceeds to shoot a blast that is very damaging to the Orcs. And the way that the blast works is completely unrelated to what spell you're casting to trigger it. So the best way to go at that is casting Magic Dart because it costs very little mana. Back in the day when the Battlesphere used to hit exactly what you targeted with the spell that you used to trigger the Battlesphere, it was very strong. You could just snipe things because Battlesphere doesn't miss and Magic Dart also doesn't miss, so just like accumulated the damage quite a bit. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it. I'm also doing Mystic Blast, so I'm not doing only Magic Dart. I'm also doing Mystic Blast in order to kill those things. Okay, hold on. Oh, statue form. I am going to be buying that right now. Hmm. Storm form? Dude, how much evasion would I have with Stormform with the ridiculous amounts of dexterity that I have already? Probably a lot. Oh man, this character. This character is just crazy. I found 9 rings with this character so far, and they've all been. Well, no, I found more than 9, but yeah, like the first 7 that I found in a row were all like very good and very relevant to this character. It was pretty crazy. Mm. Stormform would be fun to watch. Yeah, with all that evasion, would never get hit by anything. You've never got to use it on an OP? I have used it on an OP. It's very strong. Very cool. Haven't played in a couple of years. Well, Staff of Battle sounds new. It is new. It is new. Yeah, this line of text. It summons a Battle Sphere in combat with strength depending on Conjuration's skill. Fortunately, I have a bit of Conjurations. So yeah, the Battle Sphere is definitely usable. Usable enough. Antique Armor Shop doesn't do anything for me. And was that it? Huh. This Orc 2 is probably the worst. Just saw one of the most out of depth monsters yet, D4, White Ugly Thing. Wow, that's crazy because you cannot even run away from that one and you just explode. I feel like that's pretty messed up. You see like D9, D10 White Ugly Things and you're like in so much trouble. Seeing it on D4 is pretty much a death sentence unless you can escape. Also, hello Railbird, good to see you around. You exploded. Dang, better luck next time. Talking about out-of-depth monsters, this character found a D5 Wraith. Yes, if you didn't get to see the start of this character yesterday, I would recommend you to do so because it was a roller coaster of emotions. It most definitely was. One floor I was like, wow, I seriously found this? And then the next floor I saw Wraith and like it was like that pretty much every floor. It was pretty entertaining. Um, Wonder if I should go for statue form or for learning statue form already. I should. I should. It is a really good thing to have. It is the button that I press for when I am afraid for my fragile octopode physique, I guess. Okay, let's get out of here. Very near that experience with an Orc Wizard. Yeah, I found an Orc Wizard with a +4 dagger of venom that pretty much almost one-shot me, and then I drank a potion and it was 3, and thanks to that potion of 3, I was able to survive. But yeah, that guy came pretty close to ending the run. I'm glad that he didn't because this seed has been the craziest thing ever. We found so many good rings, like, dude, I am. Look at that. That's all I have to say. Look at that. I am an octopode and I have 8 good rings before even like entering a lure branch. I feel like I have played octopodes that just like never get to this point of having that many good rings. Also, having the Hat of the Alchemist is a really fantastic thing as well. It's like having even more rings because it gives you 1 pip of every resistance in the game. So now I don't have to use my ring slots for resistances, except maybe for fire resistance later on. But yeah, like every other resistance is already taken care of. Freezing Cloud is at 2%? How come? How come? That sounds unusual. It's because I'm training eyes and conjurations. Yeah. Okay, that does make sense. Fair enough. I wonder if I should get it. I cannot get it. Cannot get it. Need more spell schools. Should amnesia something if I want to get that. No, I don't want amnesia anything. Freezing Cloud is pretty okay, however. Do I have access to it? I don't have access to it if I don't take it right now. Maybe I should amnesia it. Do I have Toxic Radiance? I mean, I guess... I think I do. I think I do. In that case, I can amnesia Toxic Radiance and then relearn it later on. I feel like Freezing Vapor is slightly more powerful than Toxic Radiance when I don't have Ignite Poison. If I had Ignite... Oh, I do. I do have Ignite Poison. I just got it. Okay, I have Ignite Poison. In that case, maybe don't forget about Toxic Radiance. I could also forget about LRD or Searing Ray and just get like another level of spellcasting, half a level, and get. Okay, yeah. What I'm gonna do is forget about LRD. I like LRD, but I'll have it later on. Also, I already have access to it, right? I wish the spell library or the spell yeah, the spell library showed you what spells you would have access to because I want to relearn that, but yeah, hmm. I'm missing a lot of spell levels. I guess it doesn't matter, but I really want to learn freezing vapors. Yeah, I'm gonna amnesia LRD. And yeah, it's right there. Okay, so whenever I actually want to use LRD, I'll be able to learn it. I can wait for that for quite a while because it's only really crazy good for bolts. It is definitely a bolts spell specifically for constructs. Destroys constructs bands, and the construct bands are dangerous enough that it is worth it to memorize that spell for that single use. Wraith that is obscene. Oh, oh, the white ugly thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. It is quite vile that the game can place a white ugly thing on D4. Pretty ridiculous. Very few characters would be able to survive such a thing. Why are there so many centaurs? I guess it's D13, so it's kind of understandable. Alright, level 16. We just got nothing. Bunch of spells that I never use, that are theoretically good, but in practice I never use. Time to cast Freezing Cloud. This is definitely a situation for Freezing Cloud. Good evening, how goes the run? Very well. It's actually quite crazy. If you didn't get to see the start of it, it was insane. I started it yesterday, so you're gonna have to see yesterday's stream if you want to see it. It's eventually gonna go to YouTube, but it's gonna take a while. I have a lot of characters in the waiting room to be put on YouTube, but it will 100% go to YouTube because of how crazy it was, or it has been so far. I feel like the game just keeps throwing crazy good things at me. Freezing Cloud, Toxic Radiance, and Ignite Poison is like a free mid game. Yeah, like I had free early game with the Hunting Sling, and now I have a free mid game with Freezing Cloud, Toxic Radiance, Ignite Poison, and also Cool's Refrigeration, which is what I'm training for. And then for the late game, I guess I'll have Statue Form, maybe Polar Vortex. Here it is what you just found on D2. The Dagger of the Skies Above, plus 12 speed, resistance to electricity. Pretty good. Pretty good. I would be very happy to use that for quite a while. The corrode is indeed kind of bad, but you should be okay regardless. Alright, let us go do D14, I guess. A wizard. I have willpower. Only one source, so the wizard was indeed kind of worrisome, but I was able to kill it regardless. Such a heartbreaker, the corrode. You can still use it. Corrode is not even that much of a concern. I generally use corrode items because even if you get corroded, you should still be able to win the fight. It's not that bad to get corroded off of a corrode item. Oh, I got banished. Ooh. You know what? That was perfectly avoidable. I think I might be able to survive the Abyss. I might be able to survive the Abyss. I might be able to dominate the Abyss considering Osaku's Refrigeration. I got put in Abyss 3 with the option to go down to Abyss 4. It has killed you more times than you wish to admit. Corrode? It sometimes happens. Corrode that is, but that's your lack of skill really. It is like that sometimes because there's some situations where you're corroded and you're like completely fine, and there's some situations where the moment that you get corroded, you should immediately bail out, and that only comes with experience and knowing the game. It is a matter of time, and yeah, like I told you that this character was powerful enough to survive the abyss. We just saw a tentacle star spawn that appeared to be extremely dangerous, and well, it doesn't seem to be doing a lot to me. Having mana regen for this place is gonna be quite nice. Okay, I wonder if I should go downstairs. I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't. It sounds like a terrible idea. It sounds like a terrible idea. Um, I'm in Abyss 3, so I could either get the rune, like find the rune and get pretty lucky with that, or just continue killing things until the game generates an exit. If the game gives me an exit, I will immediately take it. I'm not gonna play games trying to get the rune, because that kind of thing can get you killed. Okay. This thing is... Yeah, that took me quite a while to kill. Unfortunate. Oh, there we go. An exit. Wouldn't have found it if I had gone downstairs for the rune. I'm glad that I found the exit so quickly and easily. What does the Staff of Battle do? It enhances Conjuration and it summons a Battlesphere, and its strikes trigger the Battlesphere's blast, so you can hit with it in melee, and the Battlesphere will also shoot. Not that we particularly care about doing that specific thing with this character, of course. This would be a good time to have Mystic Blast for the crystal. Or not Mystic Blast, sorry, LRD. Dry Amnesiac to learn Freezing Cloud, which by the way is already at 1% with no air magic skill. Crazy. The streamer lock. This character is kind of streamer lock, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie here. It really is a bit of streamer lock, the character. From the moment where we found so many relevant rings for the character, and also like the character has just gotten everything that it could possibly wish for. You know, that it also has access to, because I would love to have a lot of armor class being an Octopode, and I guess I found statue form, but I'm gonna have to work for it if I really want to have it. I just don't have the experience available for that yet. But yeah, like I have Mana Regen, I have Behemoth, the Staff of Battle is being very nice. Definitely kills more things than the Hunting Sling that I was using earlier. Another Wizard. Since I already got banished by one, I'm not gonna play games with the next one, and I'm just gonna immediately waterlog it. Okay, Freezing Wraith just dies. Wizard. File of Thoughts. Entrance to the Depths, and that's it for my D15. Such a large level for such little monsters, I guess. D15. We are done with Lure Orc and D15, and this character definitely feels like the kind of character that can do Elf. Hold on, before that, I'm gonna need to see Sorcerers. Because I don't want to get banished again. 19% chance to get banished. Yeah, such little experience. I did gain half a level, so there's that at least. But I gained half a level compared to when I went into the Abyss of Genocide. I wish I had a Ring of Willpower. I don't have a Ring of Willpower. That's my main concern going into Elf, that I don't have Willpower. I think Octopodes only get 3 Willpower per level up as well, because with a Source of Willpower I should have more than 19% chance to get banished. So yeah. Anyway, I think we are going to go do something else, try to find a Source of Willpower, and then do Elf. The moment that I find... Ooh, but I have to choose between Shoals and Spider. Oh man, that sucks. I think I have to do elf. Yeah, I don't want to do shows and I don't want to do spider. Elf seems easier. Because the thing about shows and spider is that every normal monster that you encounter in shows and spider can pretty much just destroy you. And in elf, with my resistances, with my damage output, the only thing that I'm truly afraid of are deep of sorcerers because of their ability to vanish. Mm. And that is only for now. When I have refrigeration, I really shouldn't have any issues dealing with them. And I kind of already have refrigeration of my incredible amounts of intelligence plus mm, of my incredible amounts of intelligence plus Behumet. I can already cast refrigeration. It's at 4%. I'm gonna train it to like 12, and then I'm gonna be training for statue form. I wonder if Biosphere works with refrigeration. Mm. Really refrigerate near your Biosphere. You miscast it, okay. Huh, you hurt your Biosphere with it? That's whack. I feel like you shouldn't. This is a deep dwarf replacement species. I mean, it does look like a deep dwarf species. I wonder if it actually will be forever in the game. I'm watching, or like I'm reading the roguelikes Discord where Ardell says that that Mayfly Taurs might be the deep door replacement species. It sounds like a species designed for speedrunners, if it is the case. But if I had to guess based on the commit name, or based on the branch name, it's probably for tomorrow and only for tomorrow instead of being the replacement for Deep Dwarf. Biosphere is only immune to spells that use Conjuration. It probably is like that. And it probably also only shoots for spells that use Conjurations. Yeah, doesn't get hit by Mystic Blast. Oh, wasn't there something that I skipped on, like D9 or something? There was an Ultra and a Pyromancer, and then this D8 had some ridiculous bolt. Okay, we can go back to the D8 and do the ridiculous bolt, because like if I'm doing Elf, I can do whatever the game threw at me on D8. Slime Creature on D8. Yeah, we saw some pretty crazy things here, but we should be able to survive all of that. Orc Sorcerer and Zephyr Mancer. I got Fireball. I am gonna pass on Fireball because I don't like that for this character, or for most characters, I guess. Alright. Yep, the loot that we got from doing that was very much not worth it compared to the danger that it posed. Let's see. Was there anything else that I skipped? I don't care about going back for that. D6 had a Wraith and Menkaure. Remember that. D5 had a Wraith that I think I already killed. And also this Bolt that I suspect may have placed 2 potions of experience. Because I did the Bolt and then I re-identify and I found 2 potions of experience in my inventory. It happened right after I was able to do this bolt, which of course I was not able to do when I first entered D5 because it had a Wraith. D5 Wraith is like, nope, I am out, see you around. For Elocha and this Pyromancer, I could kill them. Let's go back to Elf. Or maybe they're guarding like a willpower item. Yeah, that could be the case for sure. Elocha. Hide behind the Valsphere whenever possible. I think it helps me avoid banishment if I hide behind the Valsphere. I'm gonna be getting this to 10. And after that, I'm also going to be getting transmutations to 10. But I want to get that first because it lets me cast LRD. That I'm going to be having to train spellcasting 4 so I can actually learn it. What if I just train spellcasting first before actually training Earth Magic? Oh, this Bolt. Yeah, we can also do this Bolt now. Like, I'm going into Elf, and Elf has Elementals. If this is a pretty good test of whether or not I can actually beat these Elementals. And yeah, seems like I was able to beat them without a lot of complications. Alright, now let's go back to Elf. Magic mapping, I want that. Definitely could use some of that right now. Oh, I should probably pick up the Hunting Sling actually. Oh, it summoned an Executioner to fight against me. That could be an issue. Still cannot statue form. Yep, the Executioner is an issue. I feel like it might be a good idea to bail. Maybe I shouldn't have given it a free attack. The thing about Executioners are extremely scary when you have 3 armor class and 0 shield. Never forget that. Talking about that, shields. I have a kite shield accessible and a buckler. I can put that on right now because this is a staff, so it is one-handed and I should be able to use it. Regardless, I think it is time to be extremely afraid because I don't think I can kill the Demonologist. It's at full HP and the Executioner is in front of it. If the Demonologist was in front, I would just spam Mystic Blast to kill it. Also, the Executioner hit me really hard, and I'm pretty sure it will just do so again next turn. So what I'm going to do is read Blinking, go to the edge of the screen, and then read Teleport. And hope that it doesn't catch up to me. Close the doors. Oh, I'm really close to the Executioner. Really close to it. Please. Okay. Okay. 3 Saphir-Mancers come into view, which they shouldn't really be an issue for my character. Oh, that's a lot of Saphir-Mancers and Pyromancers. Dude, why are there so many of these guys? Why am I not casting Refrigeration? Yes, why am I not casting Refrigeration? Hold on. Aha, that was the way to go, for sure. A Sorcerer. I might have to waterlock that one. Just to make sure that it doesn't banish me. The Sorcerer shouts your history. Not sure about that. Ooh, I just got Firestorm. Firestorm is a conjuration spell that gets enhanced by what I currently have. I might want to. I want to, for sure. I want to get Firestorm. I think Firestorm is the way to go with this character, believe it or not. So I guess I am going to be. It's so many things to train for. Like I want Noxious Bog and Firestorm and Statue Form and well I guess LRD, but LRD is part of Statue Form. I want so many things and I don't have enough experience. Alright. That Demonologist was summoning some pretty nasty things. Some of the Balrog and an Executioner, both of which are very dangerous for this character. Okay. The power of Mystic Blast compels all these elves to not kill me. It's been going well so far. The dancing weapons fly, right? Yeah, I'm just I was just thinking that maybe I could retreat, but it flies, so it would still be able to hit me even if I walked away. I wonder what is up with this bolt. I don't think I've seen it before. So yeah, it's been a while since I've used Battlesphere. I'm glad that it is still relatively usable. I'm gonna have to consider it more often on my characters. The good old magic dart. Good old magic dart Battlesphere. Old reliable one. Okay, I found the Ring of Mana, so I might as well just put it on. I replaced the Ring of Slaying because I'm not really checking Slaying anymore with this character, and since I already got Firestorm and Refrigeration, it is unlikely that I will go back to checking those things with this character. This character is ridiculously strong. In fact, it is so powerful that I might want to open that. Oh yeah, I remembered. In this bolt, those guys are super loaded. They have pretty fancy loot. So if you want the loot, you need to kill the ghosts. I was watching this character, the bzz 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 character, earlier today. There's nothing that I really want to have. Oh, the Buckler of Fire Resistance. Never mind. I do want the Buckler of Fire Resistance. Can I open that and not die immediately? Probably when I have statue form, which is at 89%. Oh, I can learn LRD again. I'm gonna learn LRD. Yeah, I'll come back with statue form and we're gonna just destroy all of these guys. The ghost hits for 50, 61% chance to hit. Has Petrify for some reason. And Blink. Alright, yeah, I'll come back for that later. Yeah, I want the Buckler of Fire Resistance and eventually the Kite Shield of Cold Resistance. Maybe I'll come back when I have Firestorm. This character also has access to Ignition, so I could get Ignition first, and then I could go towards Firestorm. And then I have the combination of Ignition and Refrigeration, and also Firestorm. It's just like perfectly good spell set for clearing cigarettes with, maybe even going extended. I might do that with this character because of how powerful it feels. We shall see how it looks by the time I end the game. Or by the time I'm getting close to the point where I could end the game, I guess I could say that. So neither Magic Dart nor Mystic Blast miss, which is a pretty nice thing. Okay. So far we've been doing quite well. I feel like we're just absolutely destroying all of these elves. And yeah, with some characters doing elf is just easier than doing lair branches. And we got shoals and spider. Like I'm doing elf before doing shoals and spider. Starburst. Starburst is theoretically a pretty good spell for my character, considering what I am going to be doing later on. However, I don't think I need it, and so I am not going to be getting Starburst. I feel like what I'm currently doing is good enough for a while. Wow, I just got hit for 57 across 2 turns by a simple archer. Unlucky. If Mayfly Thors are real, that's gonna be pretty funny. I don't think they are a species that you can press O with. People here may not have seen Mayfly Towers yet. Let me just copy and paste that. Mm.
Viewers. Glad to see your persistence paying off. Hope all is well. Ninths to rock.
All is well, GoBot. Thank you for the continued support and thank you for stopping by. That was the first time ever that I have had that alert trigger on stream. So thank you for that as well. It's random. Whenever you donate between 10 and 25, it has like 3 variations of that. Of that time, Gamma Funk called me a full-time Reddit troll. Yeah, one of which includes me reading what Gamma Funk said. And that one is just a dog and a streamer laughing. I bet it's really hard to tell when it's actually a dog and when it's actually a human. Um, yeah. Also, I just almost exploded from all of those guys because for some reason my evasion was broken and it didn't do anything. But I'm glad that I didn't die. I'm glad that I didn't die. Dying doing that would have been very unfortunate. Mm. You were sleeping. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna reduce the volume of that alert. But yeah, thank you for the feedback. Since it's the first time that I have had it trigger, I don't know how loud it is. But if it woke you up, it means that it is a bit too loud, probably. Oh, this is off 3. Hold on. I probably shouldn't be fighting the bolt. At least not yet. I guess, hello and thank you for stopping by, and I'm sorry for waking you up. But that's just how it is sometimes. I hope you can go back to sleeping sometime soon. Okay, yep, we are not getting close to that. No, we're not getting close to that. Maybe the alert is too long, but it's just so funny. It's almost a minute of laughter. It's like a dog and a streamer, and they laugh exactly the same. Oh, a trove. I hope that it is an easy to get to trove. +5 Demon Blade. I have not seen that, but the moment that I see it, I will most likely be able to go in because I'm already carrying 5 Scrolls of Enchant Weapon. You needed time to read the message on screen. Okay, in that case it probably works. That it goes for that long. I don't think I care about any books from now. Oh, Irradiate. I kinda maybe am interested in that. Zombie hands. Irradiate could be a thing. Minus Telly. I'm not gonna have minus Telly in my amulet. Nope. Nope. We're not doing that one. What I might do is buy that Ring of Fire Resistance, replace my Ring of Mana, my Ring of Magical Power for that Ring of Fire Resistance. We could definitely do that. Yeah, I don't think I care about spells anymore. Bookshops are kind of lackluster, unless they happen to have Blink, which is not the case. Blink is extremely rare. I feel like I think it's only in 2 books. Blade Master with an amulet of regen and resistance to electricity, which I don't particularly feel too compelled to use because I don't really need well, I would like the regen, but I don't need the resistance to electricity, and I feel like I value mana regen a bit more because I am using a substantial amount of my mana every fight. and I'm not using a substantial amount of my HP every fight, the way that it should be on a spellcaster. Mm-hmm. The most common place to find Blink is on D1, D2. It's a fairly common spell there. Really, you find Blink on D1 and D2. That's pretty lucky. Oh, hold on. I'm already done with that part of the level, with the part of the level that is not the bolt. Also, I didn't read magic mapping. Should have read magic mapping. Gonna refrigerate here to get rid of the demonologist. Blade Master. But I have all the damage output that I need to be able to deal with the Blade Master. That's right. I'm excited for the new and fascinating rings that we will be able to find in this elf. Okay, it's been going well so far. Annihilator. Poison arrow hits your battle sphere. You know, I think that's one of the greatest parts about Battlesphere, how monsters attack the Battlesphere instead of attacking you. It's like a summon, but actually good. That quarter stuff is pretty good. So those guys still have like a 20% chance to banish me, right? Probably shouldn't be playing it so loosely when it comes to those guys. That's mildly aggravating. Oh, it actually hurts quite a bit despite my resistance because I don't have any armor class. Okay. Those guys almost never do that, but when they do, it is quite annoying indeed. I'm just gonna get out, wait out the summons, heal to full HP, and then come back down and try it one more time. The best part about Battlesphere is that you can target and shoot through it. Yeah, it's a very important quality of life feature about the spell. Without that, the spell wouldn't really be usable. Alright. Not bad at all. Demonologist. Don't summon an Executioner. Funnily enough, this character is actually the most afraid of the Executioner. Do you have like some source of... Oh, you have a source of cold resistance. It doesn't have to be this way. Why do you have a source of cold resistance? Why would you even want that? Someone you cannot. Your Mana Viper was getting in the way today. It's really annoying indeed. Blocks line of sight from mutators and hexers. You're right. I've been using it like that. Okay, Ignite Poison, which by the way I'm casting with 0 skill in the relevant schools. No fire magic, no poison magic, no transmutations. I'm still casting Ignite Poison at 1% chance to miscast. With low power, sure, but casting it with 1% chance to miscast. Okay, leveled up to 18. Pretty nice, 126 HP. Not that much, but you have to remember that octopodes get 10% less HP than other things. Okay, 16% chance to banish. Better hide behind my Battlesphere. Yeah, if I'm in a corridor, the elf has like 0 chance to banish me. Since I have the Hat of the Alchemist, I have nothing to fear when it comes to like being especially vulnerable to something. No, I have 1 pip of every resistance. I guess the thing that I would be most vulnerable to would be Iron Shot or like physical damage kind of things. Okay. It's been going well. I take damage, but I don't seem to be exploding, and I am actually exploding the monsters. Um, I don't want that Annihilator to be next to me. Please stay away. So I think the Battlesphere now targets a random monster instead of targeting what you targeted. Okay, so we got 10 Earth Magic. I think it's time to get 10 Transmutations so I can cast Statue Form. And after that we could also get Irradiate. 400 gold, Irradiate and Jaras. I'll carry that, but ideally I wouldn't have to use it. I'm gonna draw the Poison Darts. They're not good anymore. So the fact that there's a chance of a Deep Dwarf replacement is actually kind of exciting. Now that I think about it, the Master Archer is probably gonna be an issue. Fortunately, I have Statue Form already. You miscast it. Please don't miscast it again. Okay, with 29 armor class and 163 HP, I am significantly less terrified than I was of the Master Archer before. That's fine. Aha. Yeah. The Master Archer is actually significantly more dangerous than the Blade Master because just for the very simple reason that it has a ranged attack and the Blade Master doesn't, and I have Mystic Blast, so it's just easy for me to keep the Blade Master at a range where it literally cannot do anything, but I just cannot do that for the Master Archer. So every turn that I fight it, it's a turn where I am going to be taking damage from it, and that's pretty bad. Okay, I think we can drop the Flame. We can probably drop the Enchant Weapons and the Brand Weapons and the Silence and the Vulnerability, maybe. Yeah, sure. And the Cirque. Do I not have Potion of 3? I bet that I'm just not out of picking those up. Something that I definitely should look for as soon as I get out of here. Because Potions of 3 are important for later on. And I don't want to be just like walking around and then forget about them. Interesting. Very few rings. The only rings are the ones that are in the shops that I already saw here. So, no Demon Blade. We should be able to get that soon. The moment that I find Marjorie's band, we'll probably get a Demon Blade. Doing Elf before Lure Branches is definitely something that I enjoy with my characters. I like it quite a bit. I recommend it. It can be difficult and like potentially dangerous and scary, but it's probably less dangerous and scary than just doing a Lure Branch at experience level 16 or so. Those are so bad. They're really, really unreasonable in my opinion. Okay, so what if I Amnesia Seeing Ray? I'll do that. Amnesia Seeing Ray, get Irradiate, which is already perfectly castable, even if it doesn't deal that much damage. 3 dice of 27. That's pretty funny because my demigod was not casting that well, was it? Did I even have that with the demigod? I think I did. I think I did. But anyway, that's a pretty good way to deal with monsters that are within melee range. Just like Statue Form and then Irradiate. I guess much to my dismay, I'm gonna have to go to shows now. At least I have access to refrigeration. A Maimon. I remember a Maimon. Yeah, we can kill a Maimon easily now. Got Curate. Still not very difficult for me to deal with a Maimon. I think I remember diving past this level because of a Maimon. Also Harold. But yeah, now I don't have anything to fear. Don't even have to worry about being trapped in this net. Can just wait until Harold hooks me out of the net and I get a free net like that. Good stuff. Hello, Shoals. I should probably Poisonous Vapors, Ignite Poison a lot here. My Ignite Poison is gaining a fair amount of power because I'm training Transmutations. Still haven't trained Fire or Poison, but I will do so eventually. Yeah, so I have better Toxic Gradients and stuff. I just feel like Statue Form is more important because it is like finding a bunch of armor class. Going from 3 armor class to 30. Yeah, from 3 to 30 armor class, it is quite a change. And it will remain useful for a very long period of time. In SOT, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, but it is, you know, it is still something that I will have access to as long as I don't have any of those nasty monsters that can dispel a statue form in the screen. Javelineer is a good monster to also have a statue form against. Yeah, it's been taking me so long to kill it. What's up with that? Dude, how much HP do you have? 73? You're not even heavily armored. Why are you not dying from... Oh, it's not getting hit by the Battlesphere. Because the Battlesphere wasn't able to see the Javelineer and it was just not moving to be able to see it. That explains why that guy wasn't dying. CBO. It's not a spell that I'm too much of a fan of. In general, spells that that make you take damage are not spells that I like. Period. With the maybe exception of Static Discharge. I like Static Discharge despite the fact that it deals damage to you because it doesn't miss. So the damage that you take from Static Discharge is probably damage that you would be taking in the fight regardless because it just goes for long enough that the monster gets like a chance to hit you and that kind of thing. Okay, then the War Nymph, remove the stairs. Gonna statue form. Feels safer to statue form here. Refrigeration. Just got a miscast at 2%. Unfortunate. A Kraken, which we should be able to kill, but just to be safe, I'm gonna cast a statue form. Mystic Blast, Mystic Blast, Mystic Blast, and the Kraken is gone. Finding the Hat of the Alchemist as an Octopode is probably one of the best things that I could have found with this character, believe it or not. I always say that the Hat of the Alchemist frees up a bunch of your ring slots, and well, Octopode definitely needs to dedicate a fair amount of its ring slots to protection resistances. So the Hat of the Alchemist only like replaces all of that with just having to dedicate one of your ring slots for a ring of protection. So you're not at negative armor class. Not that it matters to be at negative armor class. It doesn't really do anything extra bad for you. It's just that you are not really at... you don't have any armor class, and that's already bad enough. It's not extra bad to have negative armor class. So why were there a Leonoma in this Shoals level, this Shoals Bolt? See that crossover episode? It feels like that. So my statue form is at 4%. Still gonna train it to 10, and after that I'm gonna train my Conjurations skill also to 10, and then I'm gonna get a bunch of Firestorm for Ignition. And then I'm gonna get Firestorm. Did I just take like 75 HP? How much damage did I take there? Wow, that's crazy. I feel like I just exploded out of nowhere. My statue form wore off, and the same turn it wore off, I took a million damage. I don't want to play any games, so I'm just gonna blink away. You cannot drink potions. That's a bad message to see. Should be able to kill these guys with the amount of HP that I have right now. I don't feel like I have to run away. Um, I have Irradiate, right? I can Irradiate. I can drink potions again. Okay, I'm not gonna run away, but I would rather be at a bit higher HP when it comes to dealing with these guys. Mystic Blast. Irradiate. That's a pretty good halberd. Really irradiate near your battle sphere? Huh, you destroy your battle sphere. Okay, so despite the fact irradiate is a conjuration, the dude, the battle sphere still take damage from it. That's not so nice. At least this bolt is designed in a very convenient way for all these rangers to be within melee range. If you just walk away from them a bit. It's a shame that I had to use a scroll blinking there, but I will use a scroll blinking if I just take that much damage in a single turn. I didn't even get to see it because I lost the form the turn that I exploded. So the script that I have for calculating the damage calculator, didn't really get the chance to properly do it. Because it tells you now have this amount of HP if you lose a form. Well, the turn that you lose a form. These satyrs are hitting me so hard. I guess it kind of hits like a master archer. I feel like I might not be able to kill it. Okay. Might as well go upstairs, rest to full HP. This place is so much more scary than Elf. Think about that. That sounds wrong, but it is like that. This place is so much more scary than Elf. In Elf, like, I guess I did get banished, but it wasn't even in Elf. It was like in D14 or so. I got banished by a wizard. Enough that could have happened as well. It just didn't happen. And even if I had gotten banished, I think I am at a decent enough power level that it wouldn't be the worst thing ever to get banished. After all, I was already able to survive the Abyss once. Hold on. Statue form, and then refrigeration. Okay. Still waiting for my transmutations skill to go higher. I want it to be at 10, and at that point I'm gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna start training something else. We saw Ilsuiu. Ilsuiu is gonna get hit by Freezing Cloud. The nature of the layout, also the nature of the monsters. The monsters are pretty crazy. You agree it's the nature of the layout. Elven halls generally provide a lot of choke points. It is easier to take fights in Elf. In shows, you just are in the open all the time. Ilsuiu wasn't much of a threat, surprisingly. I don't understand why a single satyr was more dangerous than Ilsuiu, but it certainly was like that. At least we were able to emerge victorious. Kraken. Gonna refresh my statue form. Don't wanna be hit without being a statue when fighting a Kraken. And unfortunately for you, Mr. Kraken, I have the ability to swim, so I can just easily walk towards you and kill you like that. And Kraken suffer you with a lot of experience if you kill them. They're very dangerous, but they definitely are worth killing for the experience. As long as you can do so easily, I guess. I wouldn't try to kill a Kraken with a melee character, but with a spellcaster it is not such an ordeal to do so. Okay, Conjuration's 8, Conjuration's 10, and then after that like 18 Far Magic or so for Ignition, And then after that, like 23 conjurations far magic for Farstorm. That's gonna be my skill path with this character. I'm regretting putting so much experience on Slings. Or yeah, putting so much experience on Slings. What happened was that I had that crazy hunting Sling, and like I had it at 10 skill for quite a while, but then I was like, okay, I found the Ringo Sling, might as well actually get my value. I actually get value out of it, and I trained the Sling to min delay, and pretty much immediately as I hit min delay, I found the Staff of Battle, and at that point I decided to give it a try, and it turns out that the Staff of Battle is actually out damaging the Sling, even with a Ringo Sling. So yeah, I just went for that. We found some spells that are okay, but do not really feel like something that I should be using with this character, and so I am not going to do so. So having minus potion when you're fighting a sea snake can be scary, depending on the situation. Like if you get poisoned, even with poison resistance, it can still happen. Not being able to heal the poison could be a serious issue. And like the only way to heal the potion is to drink curing, right? So there's that. I could put on Guardian Spirit, but I don't want to do so. Yes. Okay, one more. And there we go. Oh, that's Polyphemus. Threw a Catoblepas at me. Fortunately, Catoblepe, these creatures, I guess, are not much of a threat to me anymore since I am a statue already. Polyphemus is a bit of a threat, especially hasted Polyphemus while I'm slowed from statue form. But I was still able to kill Polyphemus regardless. I feel like the game has been throwing some pretty crazy things to me on shoals. Ilsuiu Band and Polyphemus and those satyrs. Like, why were they hitting me so hard? Who knows? But they certainly were hitting me quite hard. So yeah, this game has been complicated. Well, not really complicated. It's just like the game has been throwing some very questionable things at me that, in my opinion, like characters shouldn't be in the receiving end of. Like the D5 rate was actually insane, and then D6 rate as well. And then we found like a D11 or so Skeletal Warrior band that I, of course, was unable to fight against. But yeah. Ilsuius and Polyphemus are normal uniques for shoals. Yeah, they only generate in shoals. Those two. There's a lot of games where I don't find either of them, but in this game we already found the two of them. I guess I should consider myself grateful that I haven't found Nicola yet. Nicola is a pretty scary unique. Even if you have the resistance, you can still get hit extremely hard by Nicola's Chain Lightning. Okay, we are going to be training some fire magic, as I mentioned earlier. I could also train a bit of poison. Yeah, I'm gonna train a bit of poison. +2 skill should make this fast. Like 8 poison. And after that, we're gonna be training 18 fire magic, as I mentioned, for ignition. Not like I can even learn ignition yet. I would need to train spellcasting to learn it, or amnesia some spells. And what spells would I amnesia with this character? No idea. Everything that I have feels like it's useful in one way or another. So yeah, I don't feel like I want to amnesia anything. Luis. Luis, what do you have today? 13% chance to vanish. When you get Baisushen and Nico in shoals together, you're feeling the game is really trying to kill your character. It's really unlucky when that kind of thing happens to you, for sure. We kill Luis without a lot of complications. That went well. So there was that bolt with the buckler of cold or fire resistance or whatever it was. I feel like I want to go and get that because I don't have a buckler, and like bucklers are really cheap. Hold on, I still don't have three. Mm, yeah, I knew that there were some potions of three on the floor that I can pick up easily. Since I already have LRD, oh come on, go shows. Since I already have LRD, Roxanne should be a very easy thing for me to fight against. Just drink that, and then, or you just step onto the line of sight of Roxanne, drink 3, cast LRD. LRD should not be in that key. And then we just LRD Roxanne. She cannot blink me closer because of how being a 3 works. So we just destroyed Roxanne for the low cost of a potion of 3 that we don't really need that much anymore now that I have access to statue form. Statue form is similar to potion of 3. You have torment resistance instead of immunity, and you have a very decent downside in being permanently slowed, of course. But it is at least letting you move. Okay, we just get rid of the Kraken. Shows 4. Time to get my first rune. I wonder if this character will be able to do Spider the moment that I get out of here. Probably not, because Spider is just a vile place. I better wait until I have Firestorm for Spider. I feel like it's only reasonable to do so. I have Crystal Spear at 32% chance to miscast. That's crazy. That's just the power of 41 intelligence and Behumet. Hello, Star Polemic. Good to see you around and thank you for stopping by. We are playing this Octopode that I started yesterday. You died on Spider earlier. You have statue form for spiders, not bad. They can still ruin your day. I've had my day ruined by spiders before. Oh wow, those boots are pretty good. Um, it's so funny. Like whenever I am not an Octopode, I'm like, oh, I wish I was an Octopode because I have like all these crazy rings. And now that I am an Octopode and I have all these crazy rings, I'm like, oh, I wish I was not an Octopode so I could wear all this crazy gear. I already found some pretty good gloves and some pretty good boots. Also plus 10 crystal plate. So yeah. Every time, always. The game knows. The game knows for sure. You play Octopode and they drop in armor. Okay, I trained 8 poison. Now, I might want to train more spellcasting before getting ignition, just so I can actually, learn ignition. 18? That's 10 spell levels. 8 of which would go to ignition, and at that point I think I would forget about something, just to make room for Firestorm. And then of course get 18 Fire Magic, 18 Conjurations, and try to see if I can cast Firestorm. With 41 Intelligence and Behemoth, I can actually cast Firestorm with 18 skills probably. And if not, I can always either train more or just get a Ring of Wizardry. Plus 6 Vampiric Demon Trident. That's a beast weapon that I am not going to use. How do stapes work? Like if you had a Staff of Fire, would it help much? It gives you like a spell enhancer. And the way that a spell enhancer works is that it, for practical purposes, gives you 50% more intelligence, but only for damage dealing calculations. It doesn't really help you cast the spell better. It just makes it more damaging. Unlike Behemoth. Behemoth is actually the other way around. It doesn't help you deal more damage with the spell, but helps you cast it more easily. That's how spell enhancers work in general. Staves and Robe of Archmagi. Wild Magic Mutation is a bit different. Wild Magic Mutation is not a spell enhancer. It's just it is applied apart from spell enhancers. I don't know if it's applied before or after, but I know that they stack super well because spell enhancers don't stack very well, but wild magic stacks really well with spell enhancers. Yeah. You can have up to 3 spell enhancers before they stop doing anything. Alligator snapping turtle. Unfortunately for you, I have poison magic and mystic blasts to push you away. And wow, that's like the 4th Kraken that I've seen. Krakens, I feel so bad for the Krakens. They just get absolutely dumpstered by Mystic Blast. Like they summon the tentacles and the tentacles are surrounding you, and then you just Mystic Blast and all the Krakens just like go away. What do you have? A Whip of Anti-Magic. I would appreciate it if you abstain from draining my mana with anti-magic, because monsters with anti-magic do that. They drain your mana instead of making you more likely to miscast. I feel like it would be pretty nasty if they have made it more likely for you to miscast. Like if you were affected by sap, whenever you get hit by anti-magic, that would be so nasty. I'm glad that it is not like that. But also sap wasn't a thing when anti-magic was first introduced into the game. So like it only makes sense that anti-magic would give you the player character sap instead of draining your mana. But I am glad that it doesn't work like that. And I'm not gonna be the one to suggest the change, because it sounds very mean. Like POS for magic? What is POS? An Octopode called the Whirler sounds unintentionally hilarious. The Whirler title. Oh, it's a Slink's title. Yeah. Funnily enough, this Link's title is only there because I was originally using a Slink, and the moment that I finished training for the Slink, the moment that I got it to Mindale, I found the Staff of Battle, and I have been using that since. Epileptic Octopode. Regarding my title, it will change to the spellcasting title soonish. Let's see here. We got the Shoals rune. I could play it risky and go do Spider. Or I could play it safe and go do Bolts. I have all that I need for Bolts, so I'm just gonna go do Bolts. Yeah, just take a look at this. Sweet. No Spider time. Spider time is never. That's the right time to do Spider. Never. You love Bolts 5 is your favorite? It is okay, Bolts 5. Just chilling tonight. You think Shoals Rune is the only one you've ever got? It's a very dangerous place, Shoals. Oh, I lost my statue form. Hold on, let me recast it. Let me recast it, as I mentioned. It is important to recast statue form when you're next to monsters that can hit you so hard. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, statue form is like my button that I press for whenever I don't want to explode in melee. That's the whole purpose of statue form for this character. It also has some okay functionality when it comes to dealing damage, but I'm not using it for that. In fact, casting statue form reduces the amount of damage that I deal. because it makes me slow and so makes me cast the spells less often, therefore reducing the amount of damage that I deal. But it is completely fine because it also vastly reduces the amount of damage that I take, and in this game, you don't die if you fail to deal damage fast enough. You die if your HP goes to 0. And I feel like the reduction in damage output is well worth the massive increase in survivability. You feel so awesome on Bolt 5. You had 9 last week on SOT 5, but died. Was the best run ever. Sometimes it is like that. I have died in SOT 5 recently. I think the most recent character that I killed in SOT 5 was my final character of the tournament, the 0.28 tournament. Probably a lot of you got to see it. It was quite heartbreaking that I completed the run and I still died to minus a scroll in SOT 5. Yeah, that was pretty sad. Hopefully minus a scroll will get removed or reworked in some way. Shatter, Chain Lightning, and Polar Vortex. Just out of curiosity, Polar Vortex is at 83%. What is this? It is bad. That doesn't make me wish I was not an Octopode. Okay, so far so good. Thunderhawk, I am not afraid of it. I think this character is looking like a pretty good character, of course. I'm wearing ludicrous amounts of stat rings, lots of intelligence and dexterity provided to me by all of these rings. So yeah, pretty good indeed. I think my loadout is almost ideal. The Hand of the Alchemist made this character into a much more powerful character than it otherwise would have been. Okay, I was gonna let the Convoker convoke because the arena that it was on was very favorable for me. Yeah, all those guys are just getting hit by the freezing clouds. Pretty good. What determines if a monster will walk into a cloud on its own? It it depends on the monster's HP and intelligence as well. Like some low HP animals and stuff will not walk into it. But like Hydras will almost always walk into them because they have a lot of HP and they regen. So it is safer for the Hydra to walk into the cloud or so it feels, I think. I think that's how it works. Unfortunate miscast of statue form at 2%. Not a lot of issues with that, however. There we go. Isul dies easily. My dudes are always strong. Sometimes they're weaker. Yeah, this one I would say that it is legit pretty powerful. But some of them are not that powerful. You're the chess railbird. Yeah, he's a chess railbird. I think there's only one railbird. Many birds on the rail. Okay. Funny door to open with 3 lindworms. Would have been scary, except for the fact that my character is incredible. It's a poker term. Many birds on the rail. For the players who watch after busting out. Ah, I see. A railbird. I've never gotten too much into poker. Like, I remember, it's funny, you're not gonna believe this, but when I was younger, I liked to watch poker tournaments on cable, because we had cable when I was younger. So yeah, I just watched poker tournaments when I was like 12 or so. And then we stopped having cable and I stopped watching that. I feel like I don't really want to get into like poker, even if it does seem cool, because I feel like I would When it comes to losing money for doing activities and like large amounts of money like that, I feel like I'm incapable of enjoying those kinds of activities. And I know that like I can play for free, but I feel that if I ever got good at playing poker, or I felt that I got good at playing poker, I would be incentivized to play poker in real life, and that is pretty bad. So, or rather, it's not pretty bad, but it does put me in a position where it could be pretty bad, and I want to avoid that in general. You would be such a delinquent if you were good at poker. A delinquent. That's an interesting choice of words there. A delinquent. I should drop and never pick up this one of flame. hmm Chess is your first game before Crawl. Yeah, Crawl is definitely my first game, or like my main game. Um, I have streamed other things in the past, but like I always come back to Crawl because Crawl is a good game like that. Not that the other games that I have played on stream are not good. It's just that Crawl is the game where I feel like I can produce the best content on. And that's a very important thing for me when I stream, because I play other games, of course. In fact, I don't play Crawl off stream, so I don't burn out on Crawl. But I feel like if I played some of the other games that I play off stream, and I try to like do what I do for Crawl on those games, it wouldn't work, and like it would alienate some of my current viewership. And I definitely do not want that. And that could be an issue, but it currently is not an issue because I like Crawl, fortunately. Mm, yeah, I don't play chess a lot, but like sometimes I have these like chess rushes where I just play like there was this one time about like a year ago where I just played chess puzzles for like 5 hours, and then like I haven't played chess since then. um, so yeah, I sometimes have that kind of thing happen. When auto chess like thingies were a thing, it's funny that they are called auto chess, by the way, because they have nothing to do with real chess. But when auto chess was a thing, like when it was just brand new, I also got very into auto chess. But then I eventually burnt out on it, and I haven't really gone back to that since as well. Just like learning things, how things work, and trying to break them. That's a very chess thingy. If you like that kind of thing, you might also like fighting games. Fighting games are like chess, but in motion. Um, yeah, you do Tekken? Wow, that's crazy. I hope that Tekken 8 is more approachable because Tekken 7 is too difficult for me. There's some characters that I like a lot in Tekken, like Lydia. Oh, Lydia is like the greatest character. I wish she was in a different fighting game kind of thing. But she's in Tekken, and I cannot really play Tekken. I feel like I would be too frustrated if I played Tekken because like it has a huge entry barrier. Like I feel movement is so difficult in that game, and movement is like you move every game. It's not like landing a cool combo or anything. It's actually moving. So that's the part of Tekken that like prevents me from playing Tekken. The movement. You got into Soul Calibur from 2 to 5. Now there's Soul Calibur 7. I haven't played it. But yeah, it sounds to me like you guys like 3D fighters. My thing has always been the 2D fighters, the Street Fighters and the Guilty Gears. Never been too into the Tekkens and the Virtua Fighters and those ones. Wow, this character is so powerful. Like the thing that I just did is actually pretty crazy. Considering that I got locked into a room with Vault Guards and I just killed them all with Mystic Blast, that's crazy, dude. Tekken isn't good for your brain. It makes you angry. um, it makes you angry. Why do you say that it makes you angry? I mean, it's probably like I am thinking of a reason why Tekken would make you angry, but I want to see what you have to say about it It might be addressed in the next iteration of Tekken. Mm. Wow, this character is crazy. I feel like for all of these fights, I'm like autopiloting through them just because the character is so powerful. I have a lot of different spells, but I have like it feels like I have the correct spell for every situation that I've been thrown into. That's how this character feels. It is wonderful. I love it. Like fighting by aptic movement and dodges instead of just say combos or knowing more move frame data. I see. Guilty Gear is kind of like that. I feel like in Guilty Gear, it is a game where if you get hit, you kind of explode. The newest version of Guilty Gear is like that. All the Guilty Gears were also like that, but it required there was a higher entry barrier for all Guilty Gears when it came to making people explode. Mm, in the new one, I feel like most people can make most other people explode, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It is still a pretty good fighting game, but it is definitely different. It has alienated a lot of, well, not a lot, but like a fair amount of the old player base of Guilty Gear. I like it personally. I like my strife. Mm. Movement went down in Soul Calibur 5, and it kind of turned you off from the series. I see. Yeah, it is like that sometimes. Have you guys seen the new King of Fighters? Because Shaper likes King of Fighters. I heard that she was considering buying a fighting stick so she could play King of Fighters. I haven't bought that game because once again too much entry barrier for that game. Mm, yeah, I'm waiting for a friend to buy it so I can give it a try and like make a decision before actually buying it myself. Mm. Oh, come on, can you please not miss gas refrigeration? Two in a row. It's at 1%. Come on, dude. It doesn't have to be this way. You have played King of Fighters in the past with a friend, but you were never serious about the series. Serious about the series. Yeah, King of Fighters is a pretty cool game. Cool game franchise. Something pretty funny about the King of Fighters is that I have a friend who mm, 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 I have a friend who. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I have a friend who always tells me, "Come on, you're Mexican. You can play King of Fighters," and I'm like, "No, I really can't play King of Fighters. It is quite difficult for me to play King of Fighters. Mm, it has some characters that I like and that I consider to be very cool visually, but I've never gotten too into the series. I feel like it's more stiff to the fighting games that I have come to like a lot, like Guilty Gear. Mm, I'm Mexican. You thought I was Slavic? No, I am from Mexico. My time zone is the Mexico City time zone. Right now it's 10 p.m. Mm, for some reason, people think that I am from Russia, Slavic, and that kind of thing, but no, I am from Mexico. Probably the accent. Prohibido jugar con Rugal. Yeah, that kind of thing. Prohibido jugar con Rugal. Oh, that was mean. I thought that it was Menas, and I was very afraid. But then it turned out to be that this Convoker pulled an angel from the Desolation Assault, which I think is in this level, and I will most definitely not go into because the Desolation Assault is a vile place. Mm. Can you do a fake Russian accent for content? No, I can't. You're Brazilian. You have the same rule here or there. I see. Yeah, in case you don't know about the prohibido jugar con Rugal thing, there's a picture like just like running around in social media where there's like an arcade cabinet where people playing the King of Fighters, and there's like a notice that says Prohibido jugar con Rugal, which means it is forbidden to play with Rugal, which is like a boss character in the version of the King of Fighters that people play. Funnily enough, Rugal is being made into DLC for the King of Fighters 15, and I hope that it is playable because I've always liked the character of Rugal. It's just that it was grossly overpowered. It's always been very grossly overpowered. I would like to see a playable version of Rugal, just as much as I would like to see Adelaide. I feel like if Adelaide made it into the King of Fighters 15, I would buy that game because that's like one of my favorite SNK characters. Rugal is frugal. Meme resurfaced now that he's back in 15. Yeah, you're right. He'll be playable, and they're adding a mode to fight his overpowered boss farm. I saw that in the trailer. The montage of the input reading genocide cutters with Rugal, that was pretty funny. Man, this character is so strong. Why is this character so good? Did you just see what I did to that Titanic-like creature? It just got absolutely destroyed. Didn't really stand a chance. Used the TV Mexican accent, which is either Cholo Ese or Spaniard. Um, oh man, I just remembered something pretty funny regarding the Cholo accent. Something that I will not tell you about. Okay. Freezing Cloud is such a good spell. I should use it more often. It is quite powerful indeed, especially for bolts. I feel like in bolts you get into these fights in choke points and corridors and like small rooms quite frequently, and it's really powerful in that kind of scenario. Cholo accent is really common in California. Yeah, Cholos are from like northern Mexico, and a lot of people who immigrate into the U.S. are from northern Mexico. Very rarely will you see someone from, say, Oaxaca, which is southern Mexico, saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the U.S." That kind of thing doesn't happen quite often. It does happen, but much less so. Mm. Okay, gonna get some intelligence here, because at this point with this character, we're kind of on board with the plan of just casting Firestorm. Oh, talking about that, I should probably learn Ignition. I'm training for it. And I'm only training for it because, like, gonna get Ignition and then I'm gonna train for Firestorm. But by the time I have Firestorm, I will already have Ignition. Just like training things in the order where, like, I can use one piece and then use the next piece and that kind of thing. Yeah, that's the way that I train things with this character. Mm. A lot of South Americans there too. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of people from Venezuela like try to escape into the U.S. The Venezuelan situation is pretty bad. It is a shame when things end up like that. Mm, I hope things get better for them. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, refrigeration seems to be doing the trick alongside Freezing Cloud. Freezing Cloud has been the MVP. Like, I really thought that I was gonna amnesia Freezing Cloud, but no, like, it's actually good enough to just continue using. For this Earth Mage, I better step away from the metal, because those guys can LRD, and LRD deals a lot of damage if you have 3 armor class. But then again, I can also not cast Statue Form against them, because they are able to just LRD myself, or LRD me directly, and that is a pretty bad thing to be in the receiving end of. It also deals a crazy high amount of damage. The norteños are the nortanos or the sordanos. Um, I don't know what you mean by nortano or sordano. Do you mean like norteño and sureño, which in English it would be like northerner and southerner? Mm, well, rich ones. I feel like there's wealth in all regions. It's just more commonly showcased in the north of Mexico. I guess that's how I would put it. There's wealth in all regions, but it is most commonly showcased in the north. Okay. So far, this character has been going extremely well. Dude, look at that. Ignition is already at 30%. Documentary about Mexico. Interesting. What was that documentary about? Just like out of curiosity. Mm, mm, I don't want that guy to recall. No, I think I'm okay if it recalls. I'm just gonna play around that. Just retreat and place a freezing cloud here. And so all those guys will have to go through multiple tiles of freezing cloud. This this character has been able to just kill things with freezing cloud and mystic blast quite well. I place a freezing cloud, the monsters walk through it, and then I push the monsters away, and so they have to walk through the freezing cloud again, which deals a lot of damage to the monsters. Quite a good synergy. It is a very cheap combination of spells to get. It requires you to have like around 10 skill in Ice Magic, Air Magic, Conjurations, and Translocations. So it's only 4 skills at 10. It's relatively cheap and very strong for this part of the game. Like, think about the character as I have it right now. I have Refrigeration and I have Ignition, and I haven't really felt like using them. I even have Irradiate, which I love, and I just haven't used it because I don't feel like there's a need to do so. That's how good the combination that I'm running with today is. Never realized how good it is, actually. Was about gang activity across the border. Oh yeah, like in the north there is a lot of gang activity. Um, lots of gang activity in the north. Pretty bad. Archbishop getting shot or something. I think I remember that. Yeah, it is a shame that there's so much violence like that in Mexico. There's a fair amount of that. It's something that you as a tourist probably don't have to fear. Um, because, like, believe it or not, there's a lot of logic in the violence. Like, I feel like the violence only affects the people that are involved in that kind of world, and a tourist will most likely not be involved in that kind of world unless they decide to make some pretty poor decisions. So generally, you have nothing to fear because, like, people from that world know that in order to have business, they kind of need tourists because the tourists are a big part of their, clients. So if there's no tourists, there's no clients, and there's no business, and that's why they stay away from tourists and touristical spots. In case you didn't know, just a little bit of a fun fact that I heard from my cousin who lives in a place who is very touristic, or who used to live in a place that is very touristic. In Puerto Vallarta. He lived in Puerto Vallarta, but then he moved to the US for college almost 4 years ago. He should be about to be done with his degree. Should give him a call. They are not always evil, just sometimes just coldly logical. It is complicated. That is a topic that I don't really want to touch on the stream, to be completely honest. Mm, okay, so not been using refrigeration, but that definitely feels like a room where I want to refrigerate. Killed a bunch of those dudes. Oh, I just got hit for 43. Better avoid that. Um, what's the blue flash? Also, Kubus Refrigeration. It is a level 7 ice magic spell that hits the entirety of the screen for 4 dice of 14. That doesn't check armor class or evasion or shield. That's all it does. It also prevents you from drinking potions for a couple of turns. Um, that can kill you. So don't underestimate the downside of casting Refrigeration. It is a very strong spell for sure, but also dangerous in some situations. Mm. Hello, Shaper. Good to see you around, and thank you for stopping by. I hope your day has been going well. Mm. Ooh, Mayfly Tars are in stable now? No, in trunk. Yeah, have you heard about Mayfly Tars? Because here's the comment for Mayfly Tars, and here's a newer comment. Mm. But I think the newer comment is literally the same as the old comment that was in a branch. Mm. You feel you are easily found by Sot. You feel your time running out. That's so scary. I want to see. I want to play one of those. Um. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to playing those. Mayfly Towers in base crawl? Yeah, Mayfly Towers in base crawl. Believe it or not, they're probably gonna be only there for a day. You can't believe they kept the name. Mm, I don't know what I'm missing when it comes to Mayfly Tars, but probably missing something funny because I'm not a native speaker. Mayfly Tar. Oh, Mayfly Tar. You still miss Jester. Yeah, I didn't get to play with Jesters. They were during one of my hiatuses of Crawl. Would have liked to try them. In case you don't know, Jesters were Zealots of Nemelex with permanent Somrat. For the entirety of the game, they were affected by Somrat, and you started with Nemelex. What's the Tar? Mayflies are incredibly short-lived insects. Mayflies? Okay, let's look that up. Mayfly. Mm. Mayfly larvae are aquatic and found in nearly all types of water bodies, from streams to lakes. The larva is often used as a bioindicator species to measure the health of water. Huh. Interesting. I don't think I've seen them before. I don't think I've seen them ever. So they live for like a day? Hmm. Wow, they're not pretty. They're not pretty. Hmm. Alright. Alright, now we know what mayfly are. It's just a ridiculous name. Yeah, it's like it is a ridiculous name now that I know what a mayfly is. After the larva stage, female mayflies usually live less than 5 minutes, while males can live a whopping 2 days. All right, that's crazy. That's incredibly short-lived indeed. Mm, right, what do we do next with this character? I guess I can do slime. I have ignition and I have refrigeration, so I can kill all those slimes easily. Mm, the shortest average lifespan of a species can be. It's probably the mayfly towers. Or sorry, the mayflies. Mm. In crawl, it's probably gonna be the mayfly towers. It's funny how they have um, such a short timer. I feel like mayfly towers are definitely gonna starve quite a bit. It's like the NetHack food clock, because in NetHack the food clock is actually quite aggressive, and there's not as much food as there was in Crawl. Is that actually in Trunk? Yes, it is in Trunk for real. This commit is a Trunk commit, so it's going to be in Trunk. The fork is called 1 day only, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was only for tomorrow. So you better get your games in. Ardell said that it was going to be the replacement for Deep Dwarf. Yeah, this is a Deep Dwarf replacement species by Ardell, but I'm not so sure about that. I think personally it's gonna be in the game for only tomorrow. Um, if it's only in the game for a single day, like if it's only in the day for tomorrow, I'm gonna be streaming for like 12 hours tomorrow. Yeah, so you can get ready for that. Um, I feel like I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna wake up and then I'm gonna eat something and then I'm gonna stream. Not in Akrasak yet. Not in Akrasiak yet. Nice emote. It's like I like it. I like the emote. It's like a doll. Mm, I'm going to go do slime now. Slime is definitely safer than spider. And I say that without a hint of sarcasm. It is actually safer than spider. Don't overdo it. It's not overdoing it. Yeah, you should have seen my streams during the tournament. Every tournament I stream and I win a character, or I start the stream at the moment the tournament starts and I win a character, and then I take a break for like 1 or 2 hours to, eat. And then I come back and I generally start and win another character. I usually go for fast, easy to play, or easy to win characters during the tournament. Mm. Okay, slime has been very easy so far. I have a Hat of the Alchemist, so I am not so afraid of mutations. Yeah, I haven't really gotten affected by any mutations in the entirety of the game. It better stays like that. So apart from Azure Jellies, I can kill everything else with refrigeration. Uh, Part of the advantages of being a statue is that you're completely immune to the engulf effect from the Quicksilver Ooze. So you can still cast spells and you don't take the damage from being engulfed. I assume that being an Octopode, I also don't have that issue, but like I'm not gonna be an Octopode form when fighting any of these things. So a bit of a suicide. Mm. What about the Radiates? Oh, these things have Drain Magic. Alright, it went okay. Why are you not dead? Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs, rest my mana, rest the corrosion off, rest the HP, and go back in. So far, slime has been very, very easy for this character. Much easier than spider, I assume. It's just that spider is like that. Oh, this is feeling like an ignition moment. Oh, I miscast my first cast of ignition. I feel like the same thing happened with statue form and with refrigeration. I may be wrong about refrigeration, but I'm pretty sure it happened with statue form. Like the first time I tried to cast it, I miscast it. Just want the depths to put Jiba in the temple. Oh, that would be cool. I feel like it would be pretty nice if there was something like a slime knight. Some forks have slime knights. I would like to see that in stable. Just like say a lot of Jiva. Jiva is very powerful as it is right now, but it also has a lot of downsides to start with Jiva and to play Jiva for the entirety of the game. Jiva isn't even that overpowered anymore? I don't know. I feel like Jiva is incredibly strong, but the downside is pretty bad. Okay, hello Royal Jelly. Goodbye Royal Jelly. Yep. Very clean fight against the Royal Jelly for this character. Very clean and very painless. Still no malmutations. I feel like I've been getting rather lucky with those. But then again, I also have the Hat of the Alchemist. What's the point of having the Hat of the Alchemist if you're not constantly testing that 50% resistance to mutation? Okay, stop that. Stop that. This character is so powerful. I just did the Royal Jelly with refrigeration and ignition. That was it. Wow, getting paralyzed by that would have been pretty bad. I think one of the greatest weaknesses of this character is that it only has a source of willpower. So things that can hex me definitely will not hesitate to do so. Shining Eye. Don't do that. I might want to remove that. Yeah. This character, I've been liking quite a bit. This character really feels like I have a tool for every situation. And I like having a tool for every situation. Just shoutouts to the power of this character. Stop that. It's already the second time it paralyzes me with 8%. This time it happened in the vicinity of monsters that could have actually killed me. I don't think it lasted for very long. 3 turns. Got lucky probably. Dream Shard necklace. That could be an interesting thing for me to wear. I have not found like a good enough amulet. What I'm using is Mana Regen, and Mana Regen is kind of okay, but it's always funny in a roguelike that lets summons go out of sight range to be gaining experience and not know where they are. What is a Mayfly Tor? It is an extremely short-lived species that is ridiculously overpowered. I think the comet says that they are yeah, half insect, half human. Mayfly towers have incredibly short lifespans, but have evolved to be exceptionally overpowered in just about every imaginable way. That's what it is. That's what they are. They have incredible aptitudes, they have incredible mutations, but they also have 1/10 of the shot clock that a normal character would have. So with a normal character, it's 6,000 shot clock per turn. With those, it's 600 shot clock per turn, which is very, very short. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not a species for you if you've ever seen the shot clock. So I've never seen it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die to the shot clock a couple of times while playing that. I'm a bit excited for that, not gonna lie. Finally gonna see the messages that the shot clock shows you. Never seen them. I've been playing very consistently since the introduction of the shot clock, and I've never seen those messages. Just goes to show how excellent the shot clock is. It is a clock, but it is a clock that will not annoy you, as long as you're not doing extremely unusual things. Okay, hold on. I don't want that Amulet of Fate. That can go away, that can go away. And that's it. You've seen it twice, maybe in over 100 games. Yeah, I told you that it is extremely uncommon. Polar Vortex. We already have that. Do I want to put it on? The mana regen. The mana regen. I feel like I don't want to put it on because of the mana regen. Like, I have an Amulet of Mana Regen, and it's just an Amulet of Mana Regen. It's nothing too fancy. But I like to have it. I have Majimbo. I could use Majimbo. Theoretically, Majimbo could be good with refrigeration or with. Dude, Majimbo with Firestorm is probably incredible. Oh, I have to carry it now. Oh, I have to carry it. When I have Firestorm, which is gonna be the end goal for this character, Firestorm, I'm already training towards it. Ignition is at 3% with 14 Fire Magic. I'm gonna need like 21 Conjurations, 21 Fire Magic. Majimbo was buffed? When did that happen? Because Majimbo, I feel like I heard the Majimbo buff like a couple of months ago, and then I tried Majimbo again, and it was still pretty bad. I feel like Majimbo should also give you like a spell enhancer or something for the HP, and then like of course a chance to bump. It is two-handed, right? It is two-handed, but I'm also not using a shield. I wanted to use a shield. You want to say that it was reworked overall fairly recently? It was reworked, but I think that was like a year ago. Anyway, I'm gonna carry it. It heals its wielder for a portion of the damage dealt when they wound a living foe with it or with a spell. Its wielder's spells cost health as well as mana. 100th? What? No way that's 100% BAM chance. No way. No way it's 100% BAM chance. That's super broken. If it's actually 100% BAM chance, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. There's no way. Like, I refuse to believe that it is. Oh, okay, just did it. Dude, it. Oh my. Who thought this was a good idea? This is the most ridiculous thing ever. Who thought it was a good idea to make it give you it's gonna get reverted or like it cannot be 100% BAM chance because like now I'm like unkillable, legit unkillable. In any situation where I would be killed, I can just cast anything with Majimbo. Like I can cast Refrigeration, heal to full HP. That's crazy. No way, dude. No way it's 100% BAM chance. When did that even happen? When did that even happen? 6 days ago. 6 days ago. That's crazy. I cannot believe that. What item is this? Majimbo is a Randart quarterstaff with Vamp and 6 mana and 6 intelligence. That makes your spells cost HP as well as mana, but it also apparently has a 100% Vamp chance, which is absolutely broken and don't expect it to be in the game for much longer. Stop constriction and transforming into an immune form. That's a good commit. Allow creeping frost domination to be disabled. Nice. I should turn that on. Mm, make Parhit's will indomitable. Oh, now he has a lot more willpower. Nerf mummies. Increase consumable generation. Actually, simplify Majimbo Vamp. Okay, here it is. Simplify by upgrading the healing to 100% chance. Jeez. Oh, Majimbo doesn't heal demons and undead, or not? I don't know what that means. Not affecting demons and undead. Dude, that's crazy. New item to look for a free win. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I feel like Majimbo is now incredible. Why is it? Why is it 100% chance? That blows my mind. Imagine how broken that is. I guess. Mm, wise words to live by. Star polemic. We are going to be going to do Spider now. I'm gonna try my Jimbo in Spider. Oh, I excluded it because I didn't want to have anything to do with that. But I guess I can have something to do with that now. Hello, Wolf Spider. Goodbye, Wolf Spider. Dude, it's healing me to full HP every cast. Is it an enhancer? It's not an enhancer, but like the fact that it bamps is the craziest thing in the world. Yeah, it blows my mind that it bamps with 100% chance to succeed. Yeah, like you just I saw the wolf. Like the thing is that a wolf spider generated on top of the stairs. So I didn't want to have anything to do with a wolf spider when I first entered Lair. That's why there was an exclusion there. In fact, I probably should just dive spider because a spider is such an awful place. I got marked. You should get out. Um, Yeah, getting marked in Spider is no joke. I think getting marked in Bolts is actually less scary than getting marked in Bolt in Spider. Sorry. Okay. Being marked makes it better. Why being marked makes it better? Oh, I see. How's getting marked work? Every monster that's awake in the level knows where you are. That's what marked does. It's a very dangerous thing to be in the receiving end of. More targets to hit. Yeah, for sure, more targets to hit. Dude, this is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen. I'm glad that you let me know that it had been buffed because I wouldn't have gone for Majimbo otherwise. But I was already like prepared to get a shield. But Majimbo is probably way better than a shield now. I feel like the buff that it got was very well deserved because it is a quarterstaff. I would have gone for just making it a Laya tank. I feel like a +6 Vamp Laya tank would have been much more of a reasonable buff than this. This is actually insanely overpowered. Wouldn't be surprised if it was to get reverted. Um, but yeah, like regardless, there was a necessity for a buff for Majimbo because like I found it several times on spellcasters and I've always thought that it was like not worth using. And that's not really where you want your Randart to be or your own Randart to be in. Like it was in a pretty bad spot before, and now it is in a much better spot. My Firestorm is looking like 45% chance to miscast. We're getting there with my 49 intelligence. How much levels? How many levels do I have? 6. Needs to level up 3 more times, which is probably not gonna happen, or get spellcasting to 19.5. Gonna get the spellcasting to 19.5. 20. Let's get it to 20. The goals on spellcasters is to kill before taking damage. You're not sure if it's as good as I'm making it out. You'll see when I take damage. I'm pretty sure if I'm ever in a situation where I'm at like 50 HP in statue form, I can cast Refrigeration once and I'll be back at full HP. I feel like that's incredibly crazy. In my opinion, it should have just been made into a Laya tank, so you could actually use it as a melee weapon. But this is okay as well, I guess. Now that I'm not using the Staff of Battle anymore, I should quiver. Oh, it's just faster like this. Poisonous Vapors. Pretty good spell for Spider. So far, so good. Yeah, I think thinking about what Donimos said, like the goal on spellcasters is to kill before taking damage. In my opinion, Majimbo should be reworked into a bruiser kind of item, like a battle mage kind of item, where you are a spellcaster that is also hitting things in melee, and like Majimbo should be an item specifically for that kind of build. Um, and it's very simple to make it into such an item. Just make it a Laya tank. Um, it can be +6 Laya tank instead of being +6 quarterstaff, and it is a much more appealing item for that kind of character. Um, So yeah, one way or the other, we come back to just making it a Laya tank instead of what it currently is, which is a quarterstaff. At least it's not just a normal staff. Normal staff would be really bad because normal staff only has 5 base damage. At least the quarterstaff has 10. But a Laya tank has 16, so it is significantly better to have a Laya tank than to have a quarterstaff. Yeah, just for illustratory purposes there, I didn't cast a statue form or a Mystic Blast with the Emperor Scorpion next to me, and like yeah, pretty much back at full HP. because Majimbo. I feel like with Majimbo you need to get one shot, and if you're not gonna get one shot, you're just like unkillable. That's what it looks like to me. Look at that. I feel like it's really hard to go below full HP with Majimbo. I may be a bit too excited with this, but it sounds crazy. Hmm. You think how it is probably better than Elijah tanks, since most Elijah tanks users will have support, not damage spells. Not on Orb of Fire. Not on Oof. Does Vamp work on Orbs of Fire? Yeah, it doesn't work on Orbs of Fire. Um, it only works on living or yeah, it only works on living monsters. Pretty much. Doesn't work on undead, doesn't work on demons. I think it works on demon spawn, but I'm not sure about that. Demon spawn are weird. You regained 40 HP. I wonder if it's bugged and it is guaranteed to heal you for all the damage that it deals or something. You're trying to decide between Great Mace Battle Axe of Rising or Broad Axe from Naga or Che. Um, consider the Battle Axe. Consider the Battle Axe because you're gonna be surrounded a lot since you're a Chevriados Naga, and so moving would literally kill you. So yeah, Battle Axe is probably the best thing for you to use. Yeah, I'm also in Spider and Experience level 22. I'm still getting hit for half my HP in a single turn. Yeah, Spider is just so scary. I don't do Spider as my first or second rune anymore. Like, I period don't do it anymore like that. Um, in generally, just like I think of lure branches as something that I unfortunately have to do in order to have access to bolts. So I have had characters that legit just dive past the lure branches so they can get the runes, so they can go do bolts, so they can actually fight in a reasonable way, and then go do the lure branches at the point where they can actually do the lure branches without dying in the process. In fact, I don't know if you've already noticed, but I'm diving Spider because Spider has no loot, and well, other than the floor loot. Um, but yeah, it is just super annoying and super painful, and I don't like it. Mm, mm. Yeah, the Balak sounds like the way to go. You could even consider trying to rebrand it to Vamp. You could think about that. Nice. The steel barb worm is blown up. That was convenient. Gonna go for refrigeration here. And again, one more time. Okay, so between Behemoth and Majimbo, like, my HP drop or my mana drops, but my HP most definitely doesn't. I feel like Majimbo is not healing me with Ignite Poison. Like, I'm casting Ignite Poison, it's not really healing me. Wow, there's a lot of spiders here. Unfortunate. Truly a disgrace that there's so many spiders. Please don't get attacks of opportunity on me. Okay, 7 mana. Gonna wait until there's more things on the screen. Aha, this is looking pretty good. Ignition. Back to full HP. Oh, you can cast Refrigeration? You should cast Refrigeration. You have a Vamp Battle Axe? Oh, you should enchant the Vamp Battle Axe 100% of the time. It is what you should do. That's my opinion. Back to full HP once again. Like, turn before I was at 93. And now I'm at full HP. Like, I insist that Majimbo with my character, at the very least, is crazy. I would say that it's not really a rule that Lajatang users will have support not damage spells because at the end of the day, a Lajatang is like a melee weapon. So you can still have things like Stone Arrow or Iron Shot or Zombie Hands. You know, just the spells that hit monsters from afar. You're probably not gonna have the likes of Irradiate. It could still be useful, however. And having those spells heal you alongside your melee could be a really good thing for that kind of character. Mm, Hydra heads are severed. So how does Dragon Form Manifold Assault work? You learn Dragon Form first, and then you start killing things with Dragon Form because it's so crazy good that you can kill things with zero skill in unarmed combat. And then you start training for Manifold, and then when you have Dragon Form and Manifold, you start casting Manifold while you're in Dragon Form, and then you start casting, or then you start training unarmed combat. hmm That's pretty much how it works. Oh, you already have both Null Warper. Yeah, just cast Dragon Form and then cast Manifold Assault. That's all that there is to it, and it will explode things. You don't need like a particular weapon type or anything. You just cast Dragon Form and Manifold. Of course, Dragon Form scales with unarmed combat, so like the better your unarmed combat is, the better your Dragon Form melee will be. But it is already good enough that being a null, you don't have to worry about that at any stage of the game. Like really at any stage of the game, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Burninating all the peoples. You can burn them or maze them. Um, Hydra heads are severed. Enjoy your game. Yeah, I'm enjoying my game. I hope that you enjoy your game too, G Lord. I wonder how this works with freezing cloud. Yeah, just like out of curiosity. It's not vamping freezing cloud. Okay, good thing to know about. Some spells work with Majimbo, some don't. You always get nervous when you see sun mods. Spider monsters in general are completely despicable. Utterly and completely despicable. Okay. I feel like this whole thing about Majimbo made me start playing significantly slower because I lost my concentration because of how astonished I was that it was 100%. It is actually crazy. I still cannot believe it, but it is like that. A North. I have gray contamination. If I was to go anymore, I would get affected by contamination and I would glow, and we don't want to glow. Okay, we pick up the rune, and that's my third rune. So I could just go Sot and win the game now. I don't know if I want to do that. Your first time using Dragon Form level 14 and it is Wrecking Orc. Yes, it is really powerful. It is quite a strong spell. I like it a lot. That's why I recommend it so much. Really, really good spell for sure. Hold on a second. Need to take a sip of water. Very important to take a sip of water. The whole stay hydrated thing. First time you used Dragon Form was also on a null. The first time I used Dragon Form, I don't remember. I think it was probably when I used it with Manifold Assault. You also had the old Ring of Fire spell. It was a ton of fun to run at things like that. Um, Dude, Wujian Dragon form is probably really good. Probably Yermak was onto something. Like a live vampire of Wujian not using forms? Not even using forms? Town says you're scripting with Warwick. Yeah, like you've been finally called out on your cheating with Warwick. Mm. Maybe you'll get banned and have the chance to play a better game, Poncho. Have you thought about that? I'm rooting for you to get banned and play a better game. First time you used it was a Deep Elf. How did that go, Shaper? Because Deep Elf doesn't sound very good um, for Dragon form purposes, since they have like 3 strength. Hmm. Okay, so now that we have 3 runes, I guess I can go do depths. I could also do Vault 5, since I have spells that hit the entirety of the screen. And I can just go down and cast Ignition and destroy all the guards. I have 9 spell levels left. I can get Firestorm now. Okay, Firestorm is at 41%, getting kinda close. Deep Elf needs HP and resistance. You don't know, lol. Give you a lot if you read Immolate on Bolt 5. Sure, I'll do it. You don't have to give me $1. It's already a thing that I normally do. But I will do it. Thank you for the dollar. I appreciate it. Okay, so before going in, I'll cast Statue Form for safety. I don't have to read Immolation for this. Like, I legit can just cast Ignition. Um, Gamfunk never does. What level 9 am I training for? Firestorm. I'm training right now spellcasting, but I'll turn that off at 20. I'm gonna train like 21 conjurations, 21 fire magic. Yeah, I'm going to get Firestorm with this character. Okay, so Immolation and Ignition. And everything has died. The game is lagging quite a bit. Okay, I got to 20 spellcasting off of doing that. It was completely unnecessary for me to read Immolation because I had Ignition and Ignition just causes explosions. So I guess we just caused double explosions. Goodbye to your account. Yeah, say goodbye to your account. Good luck with your better video game, Poncho.
Financially independently.
Haha, yeah, fire. Yeah, thank you for the dollar. I appreciate the dollar. Yeah, like reading Immolation is not a big deal. You're probably gonna have to teleport after that, but like I don't get stealth. Like I never get stealth. So regardless, I'm gonna be making a lot of noise. Fire magic conjurations. The time has come for me to get Firestorm. And you know there used to be bolt guards here. There were 24 bolt guards here in the entrance, and now there's 0 bolt guards. And I only took 30 something HP damage, 36. Gonna re-teleport now, because that made a lot of noise. Okay. Lost Soul. Better get rid of that one before killing the Death Mage. Unfortunately, I cast Ignition to kill the Lost Soul, but it killed the Death Mage as well. It's fine regardless. This thing of using Majimbo is pretty good. There's a teleport trap there, and I'm marked, so this is a pretty good spot for me to be in. I'm also in the corner of the level. I'm in the corner of the level, and a character using Majimbo. I don't think I have to bail. My character is just that powerful. I feel like I'm gonna have some issues dealing with this Shadow Dragon, however. Yeah, it is not dying from all the irradiates. How much damage did they deal? 3 dice of 30. It's actually quite a lot of damage. Okay. Yep, all these guys can just get over here. And once they all group up, I'm gonna cast Ignition. Yep, you gain 27 HP. I insist that this whole thing of Majimbo having a 100% chance to heal you is pretty crazy with the right spells, and I have the right spells. Dude, look at that. It's so ridiculous. The turn, one turn ago I was at 156 HP, and now I am at 198. Yeah, anything that does area of effect or screen-wide damage, pretty much. Even single target spells like Iron Shot and Crystal Spear, like they just deal so much damage, and if it's 100% chance to heal you for 1 dice of the damage that you dealt, it can potentially heal you for 100 damage. The BAMP chance is fine, but maybe the BAMP percent is too high. That's probably that's another way to add variance. It's another way to add variance. I would appreciate the BAMP chance to stay at 100% for the sake of consistency. In general, I like it when it's more when things are more reliable. I feel like Crawl is a game that tries to stay away from consistency and reliability. So I think it is more likely to have it be decreased instead of decreasing the percentage that you get healed. But yeah, I don't think this is getting this is saying like this. It really feels like it's super busted. Yeah, dude, I am marked in Bolts 5, and I am not afraid. I feel like in Bolts 5, if you get marked in Bolts 5, you should always default to being absolutely terrified for your life. Like I even had the chance to teleport away from being marked, and I chose not to do so. And so the way that mark works is that the monsters know where you are, but if you get rid of the mark and then you teleport, the monsters will not know where you are. You have to do that in that order, of course. If you teleport and then get rid of the mark, the monsters will still know where you are, which is not a very good thing. Majimbo for HP and Behemoth for mana. Definitely, it is like that. Health restored 198. We've been seeing that message quite a bit. It is quite a good message indeed. Dude, this feels so strong. This actually is insane. Oh, I got marked again. This time I'm not at full mana. Better wait for some more guys to get over here. I wish I could hit the Titan. Maybe I should train Stapes so I can actually use Majimbo as a weapon while I wait for more monsters to get over here. I wonder if the Majimbo, if it 100% of the chance heals you in melee. If it heals you in melee every time. It doesn't seem to do that, however. My Firestorm is at 26%. We are kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there for sure. This looks very exciting. Sweet, dude. Dude, look at that. Look at that. This thing is so busted. I just took 64 damage, alright? I just took 64 damage. Let's cast Refrigeration again. And I gained 57 HP. I tell you, this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You need some good spells to make it work, but it is ridiculous. No, Jody. I have 24% chance to miscast Firestorm. I don't think I want to do it. Hello, Jody. Why are you in melee range? I guess you have Blink close. The Crystal Spear misses you. That's a dangerous thing to be in the receiving end of. Most importantly, because I cannot heal off of Jody. So yeah, that could be bad. He also has such a good chance to hit me because I stopped training dodging at 6 skill. Did I open the trove? I need a +5 Demon Blade, and I don't think I found one. No, I still haven't found a single Demon Blade. But the moment that I get a Demon Blade, I will for sure open the trove, hope that it's rings, and I have not replaced most of these rings. Like, the only one that I kind of want to replace is the Ring of Mana. But like, I definitely want things that make me kill better, because when it comes to the resistances, I already have all that I could possibly wish for, thanks to the Hat of the Alchemist, right? So all my rings can be devoted almost exclusively to damage. That's it's not fine, but it is certainly a thing. Okay, refrigeration for the heal. The thing is that refrigeration for the heal doesn't do well against Jody because Jody is resistant to cold. Only one pip of the resistance, but still. Mm. That ring is pretty good. I'm gonna put that on instead of one of my rings of intelligence. It feel it feels that it heals me quite a lot with the spells that hit the entirety of the screen. But with Irradiate, for example, it heals me very little. Yeah, ignition, refrigeration, heal me like so much. Okay, goodbye, Jody. No, no, before exploding into a cloud of blood. Well, you shouldn't have gotten into a fight with me if you didn't want to explode into a cloud of blood. Scroll of acquirement. We get a ring of fire resistance with blink. That could be interesting for my character. And we get a Book of the Earth that I don't care about. I feel like Book of the Earth should still have Shatter. Whenever I got that spell, I always remember it because it had, I think it had Iron Shot, and it for sure had Shatter and Statue Form. Um, and it lost some of those emblematic spells that it had. It's like when haste got removed and the Book of Power you stopped being the Book of Haste, it became like the Book of Iron Shot or something. Uh, for me personally, I don't know if I want to acquire anything yet. Can just leave it on the floor. I'll come back for it later. Oh, I probably shouldn't disable the auto pickup for Scrolls of Acquirement. Should I drop the Staff of Battle or the Hunting Sling? Oh, I think I can drop the Hunting Sling. I was carrying it because it was like a way to kill things when I ran out of mana, but I think if I run out of mana, I should probably just re-teleport instead of trying to kill things with the Hunting Sling. We are not at that point in the game anymore. I could also just train staves so I can kill things with my Jimbo. Okay. Let me re-enable pickup for acquirement because I accidentally turned it off. Let me replace one of my rings of intelligence with this ring that we just found, which is slightly better. Not that relevant to have the extra 4 strength, but it is better than nothing. Yeah, this character is just very strong. I told you that reading immolation in the entrance was not really gonna be that much of an issue. You have to know what kind of character can actually do that. I wouldn't do it on some characters, but on this one, we can do it no issues. Ignition, just to wake everyone up, make them group up by Sushen. That's fine. Ignition heals me quite a bit. By Sushen turns into a dragon. By Sushen dies, and I am back at full HP. Oh, Ancient Leech. You are kind of scary. Acid hits me, I resist. Crystal Spear is the only thing that I'm truly afraid of when it comes to this Leech. 91. 91. It's almost destroyed. I don't have room to Firestorm, but I feel like maybe I would like to Firestorm this guy. That's a shame. I don't want to get hit by 91 damage again. I guess I could use Holy Ward. Yeah, Holy Ward is almost guaranteed to kill the Leech. Because it was almost dead. If it hadn't been almost dead, I wouldn't have tried. Okay. That was kind of scary. When I got hit for 91 damage, that was obviously not ideal. Once I get Firestorm, my experience is going to go towards training a lot of dodging, because I also have a lot of dexterity. I have 30 dexterity, and I haven't really gotten a lot of use out of it, just because of the nature of the character. I want to be casting some really girthy spells more than I want to be dodgy. Okay. you're gonna Sig, probably. Um, it's more likely that I do a cigarette than I do extended, but I'm probably gonna do extended. I'm gonna put it on capital F. I feel like capital F for Firestorm makes more sense than capital F for Freezing Cloud. Okay, first cast of Firestorm. Oh, let's do it. Ho 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 ho. Oh, it didn't heal me that much actually. What's up with that? I feel like it's healing me for crazy high amounts when I cast Ignition or when I cast Refrigeration. But whenever I cast anything else, it doesn't really heal me that much. I'm glad that Majimbo got buffed. I've always said that Majimbo needed a buff. In my opinion, it is overbuffed right now, but at least I get to try it. I feel like I very frequently get to try the really broken things. Oh, I should probably get Orb of Destruction. I have it in a shop if I don't have it here. I have it in a shop, yeah. And I can already cast it. Like, if I'm gonna be training for Firestorm, I'm also gonna be able to cast Orb of Destruction. Firestorm. You regain 26 HP, pretty good. Delightful. So good with level 9 spells. Ring of Wizardry. I don't feel like I need that. Scroll of Silence. I also don't feel like I can use that. Weakness to fire, willpower, 3 intelligence, 3 slaying. Dang, this ring is good. Or like I don't think that it's actually good. What I wanted to say is that it is unfortunately necessary for me to use it because I have like only one source of willpower, so like leeches and stuff are super scary. So I'm gonna have to carry it despite the fact that it is not very good. That's what I actually meant. And I guess we can acquire this ring, put it on, replace the ring of mana, and also carry this ring. This can go away. This can probably go away as well. Amnesia can definitely go onto the floor. I'll come back for it if I need it. And then I can put this on instead of a ring of evasion. What about replacing a ring of dexterity? I lose how much dexterity? 2 dexterity, I think. I could replace it for a ring of intelligence, so I only lose 3 intelligence. I feel like that's okay. I'll go back to the ring of intelligence if I feel like I need it. Did I get oh no, I only got -2 dexterity. It's just that my HP feels very low for the point in the game that we are in. Yeah, I feel like I should have more than 153 HP. But then again, I'm training for Firestorm, so I guess it's just the kind of sacrifice that I have to make. Excuse me? Can I just not miscast it twice in a row and take 53 damage? Because I would appreciate that. I guess I'm trying to cast it at 21%. So it's kind of my fault. Yeah, oh, you know what this character needs? Now that I think of it, Iron Shot. Iron Shot could be a good quiver spell for this character. Because I can kill things with Mystic Blast, but it does take forever. It doesn't deal enough damage. And I have Iron Shot. It would just be a matter of Amnesia in something. Definitely not Mystic Blast. I probably would Amnesia, Toxic Radiance, and Ignite Poison. Yeah, I probably could do that. Come on, that ring is not very good. I could use it. I could use it. Just to have more armor class and intelligence. Or more armor class or more intelligence. And I could take it off against things that check my willpower. Yeah, right now I have 3 pips of willpower. If I put it on, I'm gonna go down to 2. but I gain a ton of intelligence. Dude, Firestorm goes to 13% if I do that. Okay, what if I do this? Instead of the Ring of Dexterity. 10% chance to miscast Firestorm. You know what? I think I should just commit to Firestorm instead of trying to get Iron Shot or whatever, and just put Firestorm on the quiver. Um, yeah, I bet it's already quiverable. Let's see how quickly I come to regret that decision. That was it for Bolt 5. I did Bolt 5 before doing Depths, by the way. We can go do Depths 1. Sweet. Dude, everything just died from a single Firestorm there. Pretty good, pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, sure. Really refrigerate near your fire vortices. Doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite excited for this Majimbo run. It legit feels very strong. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't take off the Amulet of Mana regen, because now that I am using Firestorm, I feel like I'm actually running out of mana. Level 24, 160 HP. Okay, it's probably not a Quiver spell because of the extremely high mana consumption. Um, yeah, it's probably not a Quiver spell. I guess that's all that I can say. But at this point in the game, with 53 mana, Mystic Blast is probably a Quiver spell. Lots of Skellies for some reason. Okay, what's over there? Just crashed your game by stacking items too hard. You can always bug report those things. I would recommend you to do that. I'll open that and Firestorm. I'll do it. Oh, you can also LRD the statue. Oh wow, that's a lot of Crystal Guardians. Wish I had Shatter. Was not Crawl? Oh, okay. Got hit for 27, that's fine. Yeah, whatever you're hitting with Majimbo equipped doesn't heal you, it's actually quite noticeable. I have to say that. You don't think Crawl would crash for something like that? Well, you don't think you would ever get to that point, hopefully? Yeah. Imagine just like having hundreds of items in a single tile on the floor. You can theoretically do that on cigarettes, but it's almost never an issue. That ring looks kind of decent. I like the mana and I like the intelligence, but I don't like the slow. The slow is actually like not worth equipping. One-way gateway to a cigarette. I'll go into that cigarette, but not immediately. I definitely want to go into the throw first. And for that, I need to find that Hell Knight band that has you know, those things. Yeah, a demon blade. Sorry. Okay. Potions of haste, potions of curing, potions of attraction, and 3 and mutation. Because I have a lot of money. Still have like 4,000 gold. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. There was a Stormbow that I failed to buy. It was okay that I didn't buy it, however. My Firestorm is at 7. Dude, how is my Firestorm at 7% with only 14 Conjurations and 17 Fire Magic? That's very strange for sure. It is partially thanks to Behemoth, of course, but still, it feels so strange. So yeah, Majimbo will become completely unusable later on. No armor miscast. No armor miscast. I'm an Octopode. I cannot wear armor. Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Like maybe it feels good for you because you're not wearing armor. But yeah, it is more like I have 58 intelligence kind of thing. It is most likely because of the 58 intelligence. I'm also not even wearing a buckler, which would add a bit to my failure rate. Mm. Another scroll of acquirement. Let's see what we got here. The Almanac of Attacks. It has Orb of Destruction. I could acquire that. Do I even care about Orb of Destruction? Probably not. The Fustivalus is okay, but I'm not gonna be equipping that. I guess I'll get the Almanac of Attacks, because like the rest of those things are not good. And I wanted Orb of Destruction, and I don't wanna buy it. Mm. Okay. My Radiate deals 3 dice of 32, just like in case you were curious. Dude, look at Firestorm, 8 dice of 16. Compare that to the Fridge's 4 dice of 16. The damage is actually crazy. And we found finally a Demon Blade. So I am going to be Firestorming that guy outside of the screen. It is immune to fire, still takes a big amount of damage from Firestorm. Okay, let me acquire this Demon Blade. Let me pull it. Oh, Demon Whip of Chaos, and it's Venom branded. That feels like a fail. Demon Blade of Pain. Okay, I want that. Let me drop my rings that I'm not equipping right now. If I drop them right now, I'm gonna forget about them. Better drop something else, like something that I actually want to use, like Charming. Okay, now let's find or use Enchant Weapon. Enchant Weapon. Gonna need 2. Trove. Secret Trove of Treasure. Blade Master comes into view. All right. Sorry for you, Mr. Blade Master. You should have seen me before I found Firestorm, and even then I would have been able to kill you. Ring of Strength that shall remain on the floor. Drop off my wands and scrolls, and then go in. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Scroll Blinking, already worth it. Zombie Hands, Magic Mapping, Spider Form, Freeze, Enchant Armor, Book of Air. I'm not even gonna pick... Oh no, maybe I want to pick up the Enchant Armor now that I think about it, because I could enchant the shield. Chain Lightning and Shatter, Magic Mapping, Vulnerability, Debilitation, and so far this trove has been kind of whack. Holy Ward, Enchant Armor again, and Jara's Violent Unraveling. There was a scroll blinking. That's all that I can say. There was a scroll blinking. That makes it worth it, but it doesn't make it any less disappointing. I failed to pick something up. Let me drop these enchant armor. Yep, okay. Give me those. Okay, let's go back to depths. Okay, you know what I should probably be doing? Maybe I shouldn't have Majimbo equipped. Maybe I should use it as a swap. So, like, I swap into it when I actually need a heal. Maybe that's the way to go. My Firestorm is at 6%. Now, okay, let's quiver it again. Maybe this time it's actually quiver material. Yeah, the thing is that it actually is draining my mana quite a bit. I'm gonna need a more mana efficient spell to put on the quiver. The quiver is for like really mana efficient spells. I guess we're going back to Mystic Blast because I don't like running out of mana. Okay. We should be fine here. I maybe should wait for those guys to bunch up so I can ignition them. Yeah, ignition deals so much damage. Pretty good spell. Okay. Having the Hat of the Alchemist since early in the game is quite nice. It definitely has made me not worry about any specific kind of monster. The only monsters that make me worried are the monsters that actually check my armor class. Like for example, an Iron Dragon would be completely terrifying. Fortunately, I have yet to see one. Oh, well, I guess I just had to talk about it. And there it is, Iron Dragon. So as long as it stays away from me, I should be okay. But yeah, getting hit by those metal shards that it shoots would hurt a lot. Oh, Horrible Destruction. Good luck hitting me with that when I'm casting Farstorm. Whoa. Huh. I got healed for like 60 HP, no joke, by that single Farstorm. All that it takes is a good roll with Vamp for you to heal to full HP with Majimbo. I feel like it is actually quite strong. Okay, what's your chance to hex me? 9%. Maybe I shouldn't be playing games with you, but I can also kill you with Mystic Blast, so I will do that. Okay, Farstorm, the Spriggan Defender. Oh, miscast the Farstorm. Try again. That went well. I wonder how much better Majimbo would be with something like an Ogre. Just like out of curiosity. Because Ogres definitely have the HP pool um, to be able to use an item that drains your HP without a lot of issues. Yeah, like more, wiggle room to be able to get bad rolls with the healing, but then eventually you will get a good roll and then all your HP will be back, kind of thing. With this character, like I don't have that much HP, of course, for now. Dude, it's already at 4%. What is going on? I guess I have 58 strength or 58 intelligence. That's what's going on. I have 58 intelligence. So it took me quite a while to get to Farstorm with this character, but I was also training a bunch of other things before getting to Farstorm. So since I have Ignition, Refrigeration, and Farstorm, all that I would really be lacking is Shatter. I could train for that. If you're just joining me on the stream, I am using Majimbo. Majimbo is an artifact that makes me heal with my spells. Very recently it was made so that it heals me for 100% of the time. So every time I cast a spell, it heals me. It may not heal me to full HP, or it may not even heal me for a large amount of HP, but it heals me every time, which is, in my opinion, very busted when you combine it with things like Refrigeration, Ignition, or Farstorm. So yeah, I've been using Majimbo with this character because people in chat told me about how good it is nowadays, or rather, they told me that now it heals you 100% of the time, and I decided to give it a try, and well, it's been pretty crazy good so far. Pretty crazy good. Oh, I like the combo of Freezing Vapor and Mystic Blast. I really should give that a try on a different character. You know, a character that is not doing things as busted as this one is. Mm. Okay, is this a level white bolt or something? It feels like maybe it should be a level white bolt. I don't think it is, but it really should be with the large amount of the level that it encompasses. Mm. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna Firestorm this guy. It heals me a fair amount. I think the greatest weakness of this character is actually fighting isolated monsters, funnily enough. Very frequently the mantra thrown at you as a crawl character is that you should fight monsters 1 versus 1, but with the character that we have right now, we're probably better off just fighting everything at the same time. Because every cast of a spell hits the entirety of the screen and also deals a ton of damage. Yep, dude, just went back to full HP from 112 HP. This character is so crazy powerful. Okay. Yep. All of these fights, like those fights that look very scary, are so easy for this character. The issue is like a stone giant comes into view, or something like that that doesn't really have any kind of support that we could drain for healing mid combat. Yeah, Fire Giant is pretty bad. My character doesn't happen to be well suited for dealing with Fire Giants. Even two of them is still pretty bad because they are very resistant to fire, so it takes a couple of Firestorms to deal with them. Refrigeration also doesn't deal enough damage. Of course, it killed after 2 Firestorms, but then like I had to Firestorm them twice. Okay, that's it for Depths 2. Going into Depths 3. Oh, hold on. I probably shouldn't Firestorm, or yeah, probably shouldn't Firestorm myself, because it's not like I am the pinnacle of tankiness with this character. Okay, Hill Knights. I feel like Majimbo lets me play in such a reckless way. Like I can just tank hits until I go down to like 100 HP, and then I can just cast a single spell and heal to full. It really feels crazy strong. I've had this bolt before with the salamanders, and I have encountered this to be extremely scary. But for this character, it's just another agglomeration of monsters to easily drain for a lot of HP. But yeah, as soon as I don't start, as soon as I stop fighting things that I can heal off of, you can see my HP 78, 76, sorry. And that was not really damage inflicted on me. That was more me bleeding myself out with Firestorm. And that's why Majimbo will not be good after a certain point in the game that we are approaching very soon. So thinking about that, it's probably okay that it is like this, because it's not gonna be good enough for like a 15 rune game. At the end of the day, it is a vampiric item. Vampiric items get to a point where they're not that crazy good anymore. They're still okay, but definitely not as a main weapon. And maybe for my Jimbo, I should like think about it in the exact same way. Mm, yeah, yeah. Mm, didn't know about the changes, as I mentioned. Okay, I'm gonna retreat and make all these guys group up, and then I'm gonna Mystic Blast the Fire Dragon away. Oh, I just killed the Fire Dragon. I wanted to Firestorm it. 9 mana, enough to Firestorm. And so we do. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill the Tentacled Monstrosity, and I'm at like no mana now. But I can just stall until I get enough mana to Firestorm the Tentacled Monstrosity again, or just Mystic Blast it. Yeah, Mystic Blast kills things. See, instead of Mystic Blast, I need a spell that kills monsters like that. I really do need Iron Shot. I really do need Iron Shot, I think. Mm. Fortunately, I can already cast it. Okay, what do we forget for Iron Shot? Probably Misty, or probably Toxic Radiance. I could also forget about Freezing Cloud, but I still like the combo of Freezing Cloud, Mystic Blast. Yeah. Mm, goodbye, Toxic Radiance. Hello. Iron Shot. What is it? Iron Shot. Too many things. I can just filter it out. Okay, and now we shall put that on the quiver. And I am going to proceed to Iron Shot things whenever they are alone. Yeah, it also deals good enough damage that I don't have to worry about bleeding myself out with it. Um, well, it's good enough damage that I kill things fast enough, so I never run out of mana, and good enough damage that I end fights very healthy, if not just at full HP, which is ideal. Aha, the Iron Shot was exactly what I needed with this character. I'm glad that I ended up just pulling the trigger on it. Mm. Okay, fortunately I have a Firestorm for the Walking Divine Tome, but I feel like I have to rest my mana now. I feel like this character is already powerful enough that I could theoretically go do a Ziggurat. It wouldn't be the first time that I do a Ziggurat before being experience level 27, and I just get to 27 during the Ziggurat. Not only because of the incredible amount of experience that a Ziggurat offers you with, but also because the Ziggurat also has potions of experience. Devastator title. Oh, I should probably stop training that. Yeah, I already can cast Firestorm, so for now it's gonna be a lot of dodging. It's gonna be like 21 dodging. Firestorm is at 1% chance to miscast. Not a lot of spell power because even though I have prodigious amounts of intelligence with this character, I unfortunately don't have prodigious amounts of skill. So I can cast it and I can cast it very consistently, but I just don't cast it very powerfully, with a lot of power, I guess. It is obviously not an issue, as you can see. Still perfectly capable of killing everything with Firestorm. Mm. So pretty much if you can cast it at 1% chance to miscast, you have enough spell power to kill whatever you want to kill with it. Mm. Okay. Tango River. Gonna Firestorm that dude. Mystic Blast. Iron Shot was exactly what I needed. No complaints about it. And yeah, like the game became very very straightforward after getting Firestorm, because that's what Firestorm does at the end of the day. It is a very expensive spell for a reason. It just has all the power in the world. One of the strongest spells that you'll find in this game. I want the Juggernaut to hit one of the fire vortices. But since it didn't seem to do so after 2 Firestorms, I just went for an Iron Shot. It was almost dead, and it got me the kill. Run out of mana. Might have to Firestorm these guys. Didn't kill that many of them, and therefore I didn't gain back a lot of mana, but it's fine. That's a pretty good Demon Blade. Look at that. +9 speed, resistance to electricity. That's actually crazy good. That item is a hard carry item if you find it on a normal character. On this character, we are probably beyond that already. I'm going to re-teleport away from the Juggernaut because I have 10 mana. If I had more mana, if I was at full mana, I would be able to kill it easily. But with 10 mana, it is extremely risky to fight it. Also, this seems like a level White Bolt. I am only just noticing it, but it definitely looks like a level White Bolt. Oh, there were prodigious amounts of money here. Who would have guessed? Yeah, was this completely sealed off? Huh. I guess that's why there was a Deep Troll Earth Mage there, to dig that out. I would have never known if that hadn't happened. Funny thing. This has to be one of the strongest characters with 3 armor class that I've ever played. It's just straight up a glass cannon. But being a glass cannon can be pretty good, as you can see. It's just that you probably shouldn't make a mistake because it's gonna cost you quite a lot. However, we can heal, so even if we do lose a lot of HP, we still have no issues. However, losing a lot of mana is a much larger concern on this character, and that's why I am using an Amulet of Mana Regen instead of my traditional Amulet of Regen. Jeez, more enemies keep coming after me. That Juggernaut. I'll come back for that Juggernaut when I am at full mana. As I mentioned, the full HP is not really an issue. The full mana is an issue. Okay, 4 Iron Shots kills the Juggernaut. Heals me all the HP. But yeah, my mana bar definitely goes down quite a lot. Which is not something that I was running. It's not an issue that I was running into with before. I got paralyzed by the eye. Fortunately, the dragon didn't get to kill me. It only paralyzed me for 3 turns. Hold on. Gonna have to Firestorm those to remove the possibility of them petrifying me. They have a 15% chance to petrify me, so quite significant. Manual of dodging. Alright, I am gonna take that and I am going to use it in its entirety. So I talked about that a couple of times already, but I want to do something like I want to have like a goal for the stream. Like if I end the month over 50 subscribers, I want to like do something. I take all suggestions for what I could do if I end the month with 50 subscribers. I want to make it a monthly thing so that like every month when we hit the goal, if we hit the goal, like I can do that thing. Or maybe like it could be a thing that changes every month. Like maybe one month I could play Worlds on stream, which was something that was suggested by Star Polemic, and another month we could have like a fighting game night or that kind of thing. Just like things that I wouldn't normally do. Probably those things would be on extra streams that wouldn't interfere with the normal schedule. So just like a bonus for hitting the goals. I feel like it would help me and it would potentially be entertaining for you. So yeah, been thinking about that, but I haven't been given a lot of a lot of options. Mm, I don't know what I could offer you, so I definitely ask you what you would like to see. If you have any thoughts on that, please do feel free to let me know on my Discord. Like just send me a message on the Discord or put it on general in my Discord, and I am definitely very happy to think about what we could do. Mm, okay, that Dreadlich got absolutely dumpstered by Firestorm. I did see something that I didn't like there, which was the fact that the Hell Sentinel barely took any damage. I wonder if I should train Ice Magic to 19 or so I can cast Polar Vortex just for a little bit of damage complementing. Yep. Polar Vortex is really good at it's like one of the most mana efficient spells in the game, and also it deals a ton of damage. The downside is that it's not bursty. So Firestorm deals significantly less damage, but you can Firestorm literally every turn. So you can Firestorm like 7 times, and if you Firestorm 7 times, it will probably deal much more damage than a single Polar Vortex going for 7 turns. But then again, that costs you significantly more than just a single Polar Vortex. So there's that as well. The spells have upsides and downsides. I think one of the greatest strengths and upsides of Firestorm compared to Polar Vortex is the fact that it is you can shoot Firestorm and it hits enemies on the other side of the screen in a perfectly safe way for you. In fact, it is made even safer by the fact that it places a bunch of fire vortices that will block like hexes and things like that. So yeah, very safe compared to Polar Vortex. Um, Different strengths and weaknesses after all. But anyway, we are done with depths. We are done with the dungeon. We're done with almost everything. I already had 4 runes. I don't want to win with this character immediately, but I also want to postpone it a bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here for tonight. I lost a lot of concentration with the Majimbo thing, and I like did notice that my stream was going much more slowly. So I'll go back to this character tomorrow, unless the changes for like the Mayfly Towers go live, in which case I'm gonna be playing a lot of Mayfly Tower, probably in the Nine Settler 2 account. If that happens, I'll notify you on Discord with the bot, and I will go live and I'll play a lot of Mayfly Tower. What's a good Octo starter background? Ice Elementalist is pretty good in my opinion. Venom Mage is pretty good. Um, Earth Elementalist is really good as well. Yeah, when it comes to Earth Elementalist, Stun Arrow is just good in general. So like for every spellcaster species, Earth Elementalist is really really good. If you can only play one background, I would recommend Earth Elementalist for Octopode. But yeah, anyway, I will be back tomorrow with more stream. So thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out. What's a Mayfly Tower? Was that ever answered? Was that ever answered? What's a Mayfly Tower? I hope that it was. But anyway, if you don't know what a Mayfly Tower is, I guess you'll find out tomorrow. Yep. Let's see if someone else is playing Crawl or something.